rode from San Francisco to Palo Alto
Oh,
to
I
get a
did,
ride
didn't
with
I?
me when I could have picked you up in the East Bay. I was like, it was the most inefficient.
You know me. That's my middle name,
situation.
Rob
I was like,
Inefficient Castaneda.
oh my God. All right. YouTube's going.
OG with OG Jeffrey Lee. Hell yeah, I can do a rap. We're on YouTube with OG Jeffrey Lee in the
Please
place to
don't.
be. We're on YouTube. You know how we do with Jane and Manny.
Why am
We're about to talk about Bruce Lee. Yeah. Okay.
Bruce Lee, if we're lucky.
Jeffrey Jefferey.
No, R-E-Y.
Bruin backhand?
Got it. Cool.
I gotta figure out who Bruin Backhand is.
We'll
Oh,
never
I don't
know.
think yeah.
Fellow Bruin
Hey.
in the hizzy.
Hey, what's up?
Let's see.
Reber and Hedrick in the hizzy.
There we go. This should provide less lag, I hope. On the video end, at least. What's everybody drinking tonight?
I had a Mexican mule
Roy?
LaCroix.
and some claw.
Cheers, y'all.
Yeah. Cheers.
Hold up. Holy shit, that light.
Jeff, is it racist if I put this on as the post?
Chinese New Year?
Yeah.
All right.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I go to dragon dances, doesn't bother me.
I like. Okay. I don't know if this is a pre-show thing. I've been to that Shenzhou thing on Broadway on like show. Have you heard of it? It's like a historic. It's like a yearly thing, and they tell you like a historic story. I don't know, whatever. I'll find it. Hey everybody.
I think Jeff froze.
Oh, he froze.
It looks like we caught him, like his frame was like he's about to take umbrage with someone like, yo, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, he was. I think he's about to cancel me. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing my post right now. I'm vamping.
I've done some serious reorganizing here in the studio. Looks dope here now. Looks way better.
Is that you talking? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's me. He dropped off.
He dropped off. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Hey, Bruin Backhand, what's up? Okay.
Why is the YouTube so blurry? Is it really blurry for you guys?
I haven't checked it out. Let's try this again. Oh shit. Goddamn glare. It's gonna come in regardless. Bitten by my own snake.
You're on YouTube. And pop in the chat and say hey. And give you a shout out.
There we go. Otherwise people can't see my ugly face. Get the mic out of the way.
Hey, Bruin Backhand, is it really blurry for you?
I think he's just really, really inebriated.
YouTube?
Yeah. Wait, what about this?
Everybody down the show? Okay, let's see.
Be perfect right here. Get the entire room. Here, I can show everyone watching on YouTube my nerdy ass fucking collection. I just moved it over here to the studio. Bunch of shit nobody gives a damn about, but still. I want Lynette to check the
I never-
show out with Natalia right here.
What is it?
IQ. It's about volleyball. It's fucking dope. I don't even fuck with volleyball like that, but it's more about life than anything. So anyone watching on the YouTube, if you want to watch a really dope show on Netflix, IQ is the shit. Okay, that's enough for me. Let's actually put you over here. This ain't too bad.
Cool.
Keeps the glare away.
Our homie, one of the admins from the group, Casey Kaloa. Casey.
What up, Casey?
What up? He I don't know if he's online on YouTube, but he liked our post. Our post is on the ASOS page. He's a photographer. He actually, you know that one picture from the Corolla family barbecue where
From the
all
roof?
of us are, yeah, he's the one that took it.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
Yeah, he's the one that took it. So what
For
up,
sure.
What the
Casey?
heck?
Hey, what's
Welcome
up, Jeff?
back, Jeff.
It was weird.
Where'd you go?
You guys froze, and then all of a sudden,
Give me 1 second, Jeff. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute.
okay,
So we froze, and then you're just like, "Hey, where'd they go?"
yeah, you guys froze, and then it literally just completely dropped, and then I checked it said I had no internet connection, so it looked like for some reason my laptop decided to hop to my hotspot
Right.
on my phone, which it was on the Wi-Fi before, and then it jumped to the hotspot, and so I had to turn off my just reconnected to the home Wi-Fi. It's technology.
I love it. Internet's down, Jeff. Internet's down.
All right, maybe it's just my connection that makes the YouTube.
You should get a range extender, Jane.
What's a range extender?
Yeah, for the Wi-Fi.
I don't think it's the Wi-Fi. I think it's the internet. Well, let me give it.
Oh, they just have shitty internet there.
Hey, Chris. Yeah.
You know what I was talking about? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, Adam.
Jeff, where do you stay at, man?
I'm in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Where are
How's-
you?
Down in SoCal in Altadena, actually, by
Altadena,
Corolla's
okay.
dad.
I'm born and raised in West Hills, San Fernando Valley.
Bro, where exactly is West Hills at?
So if you are familiar with Calabasas,
Oh, you're on the other side of the valley. Okay.
yeah, I'm on the, so I was born, I guess it's called the west end
Yeah.
of the valley.
Yeah, you're in the nicer part of the valley.
Calabasas is south, yeah, the south edge of the valley before you head into like Ventura County.
Yeah. For sure. And when'd you leave the valley?
90, well, it depends. Do we consider Santa Barbara the valley?
No.
Not really.
Well, no, that's Oxnard
it's
territory.
north.
So no.
So I moved to Santa Barbara in 93 and then left Santa Barbara to Sacramento in 98. I've been here ever since.
Oh, okay. That's cool. How you liking Sacramento compared to down here?
I mean, so I don't have a beach, so I do miss Malibu, Zuma, Venice, Santa Monica, and even like, you know, Manhattan, Redondo and all that stuff.
Right.
But I don't have the stupid traffic, and I've got my fair share of homeless, and we got our own issues up here, but it's just
Right.
not on the level of,
What is down here?
you know, SoCal. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, are we good to go soon?
Yeah.
We all set? Should we do a sound check? Hold on.
Jane, you sound a bit muffled or far away. I don't know.
Check.
Or maybe that's just my my settings that has the bass up a bit much. Hold up.
About me, Manny. One,
You're
two, one,
fine.
two. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I have all my social media stuff right here ready.
Oh shit! I need to set up my timer. Thanks for reminding me.
Cool.
I need a drop machine.
Yeah, I was
mean,
kind of yeah.
I got sound effects on my rig here, but I don't know if they'll come through.
Cool. I've got the social media stuff.
I just realized that Baldy's app is no longer on the App Store.
No.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
And I don't think I have it. Shoot, I had it on my phone.
I did too, and I checked the App Store to see if it even had like a thing that said not updated. It's completely gone. So
Damn.
Yeah.
because he was dropping Carl Weathers today,
Not.
Interesting.
or was that yesterday?
Interesting.
That might have been yesterday.
No, I think it was
Well, I think it's
today. It was
with
today.
Adam Ray. Interested.
Yeah, I haven't even finished the Adam Ray episode. I'm looking forward to checking that out after we're done recording.
It's pretty funny.
Dude, anytime Adam Ray is like a guest, that's an instant like drop everything and just go there. Sort of like with Dana Gould or Greg Fitzsimmons.
Yep.
All right, check. Ooh, I'm hot there. Check. Check. I'm really hot, aren't I?
Get it? You're a hot.
All
white
right, you're
woman.
attractive. We get it, Jane.
Don't
All
be
right,
a
let's
one
do
up
this.
How do
like I
I-
said before.
How do I change? How do I lower
Isn't there a volume setting on your actual mic?
on my test my mic
Here,
troubleshoot?
you guys figure. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay, go pee.
Oh my god, my computer is so goddamn slow. I cannot handle how like everything is just epic.
Oh, also you could check the level, the volume level, the input on the Zoom application. Maybe that's why you're coming in hot too.
Ooh.
I'll be right back.
Oh, freaking man, Ramon! I did a post. Never mind. You'll see it on the group. Ramon's an ass.
Test. Okay, I think that's better, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but no,
Yeah.
before I was too loud.
I feel like you sound fine, but I want to say that Manny's more he's better at this. Yeah. So yeah, Jeff Cholo Fit, hell yeah, that guy Creeper, he was fun on today's. That was not him. I know that's not him, but that guy was funny.
Which guy?
The caller,
Creeper.
the guy that was calling, he was a Creeper. He was in prison before.
Wait.
He just
I
got-
didn't.
he
I
just got
haven't
out.
listened to the whole episode. It wasn't the
Mm.
gay what guy, was it?
No, that one was kind of funny too. That gay one was I forgot I did, you guys saw, you probably saw, I did the post.
Yeah. And now is that it keeps changing the name? Is that guy that called in? Didn't he do the? It's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
No,
Or
that's.
some-
Oh, who does that? That's Dana Gould, isn't it?
No, it was a different dude, different
No,
person.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the same guy that called in and.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Oh no, he did
Wowzer.
the 10-4 good buddy.
Bro.
You're looking for a bear.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
CB
we
We
Savage.
did that last week.
Yeah.
The gay guy that was on today, he goes, the only thing gay about me is my love for her cock. Oh, that's funny.
Test. All right, Manny, how's this? Test.
Manny, what do you think?
Try again.
Test.
Hey, Mindy.
No,
Sounds fine. How's it look
Okay.
on your Audacity?
I think it's good.
Okay,
Between 12 and 6.
that's where it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. Ready to go anytime?
All right, I'm gonna do the countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Hello. Good evening, Endless Ranners. Welcome to episode 66 of your Endless Ranners podcast. This is Jane, one of your hosts, and we've got Robbie Spotlight in the house,
Yo, what's up?
and the one and only Mole Man, producer Manny.
Hello, everybody. Good to be here.
And you may notice we are missing our host, Chris. Chris is partying it up in Daytona Beach, Florida this week. And by partying, I mean running a booth at a library conference selling IT software. So,
What up, Chris? Say hi to all
Living
them
in
hot
this week.
librarians.
yeah, hopefully he's, getting to some beach. I don't know. Do they have nude beaches in Daytona? Is that
Nude librarian beaches, but yeah.
I don't know.
So Dewey
Or
Decimal
Well,
System
they've
themed
got
bikinis.
cars, right? Like they've got I know he likes cars, but I don't think Daytona has the cars he likes.
No, probably those NASCAR. It has those NASCAR cars, I think.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, in lieu of Chris, we have a special guest for you tonight. We've got Ace Hole OG Jeff Lee joining us. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello,
guy.
everyone.
Hi,
Hi,
guy. We can only fit one Asian per episode.
Yeah.
So, we had to kick Chris off for this one to fit in Jeffrey Lee. So what's up, Jeffrey Lee?
What up?
Your appearance comes with a lot of responsibility, just so you know.
I'll try to live up to it.
Well, Chris is only half Asian, so now we've got.
I'm full.
Are
We
you
got a
full
full-
Asian? Okay.
We got a full
Okay.
breed over here.
That's right.
And Rob's going to give us some of our social media shout outs.
All right, guys. So if you guys want to follow us, Endless Ranchers, we're on Instagram, Endless Ranchers Podcast, at Endless Ranchers Podcast on Instagram. On Twitter, we are just Endless Ranchers. Hit us up, follow us on Twitter, and follow our boy, our super producer, Mo Man, How We Figure, at How We Figure on Instagram. Are you on Twitter, Manny?
Same handle on Twitter.
All right, same handle on Twitter. And you guys can follow Robbie Spotlight if you guys want. If not, it's fine. Send the DMs or whatever. And on Facebook, join our group. Facebook, the Endless Ranchers Podcast group on Facebook. So join us, join the conversation. We post stuff during the week. We post stuff weekends and stuff like that. We have a nice time, fun time. So let's do this, guys.
Yes, thanks, Rob. We are, these Zoom happy hours they're a good time.
Yeah.
You can talk to people who've been to them. I know we've had some regulars. Mindy, who's
Mindy, what's up,
I think
Mindy?
she's been to every
Love you.
single one. She's online right now.
Yeah.
So hi, Mindy.
We're doing one this Friday, right?
Yes, we are doing one this Friday.
We usually do every other week.
So Rob, do you have a work happy hour this Friday?
Not a work one, so I will be joining you guys
But
on
you have a happy hour.
with no.
You don't have any other okay.
No, I do not.
Because if Rob has a work happy hour, some kind of other happy hour beforehand, you are promised a good time on our Zoom happy hour.
That's what I've been told.
Tune in late. Tune in later.
I gotta prep for you guys. I don't remember last time. I heard that we had a good time, so
Yeah.
It's all secondhand word of mouth to you now.
yeah.
All right, let's get to Jeff here. Jeff, where are you calling from?
Sacramento.
Awesome. And where are you from originally? Tell us a little bit, give it like an overview.
Born and raised in Southern California in the San Fernando Valley. So when Ace talks
wow.
about Woodland Hills, Chatsworth, Simi Valley, that's all kind of my backyard. Went to UCLA, so I lived on the west side, so I have an idea of where Baldy lives. I actually lived in Westwood and Brentwood, so right there in that hoity-toity part of town. Lived in Van Nuys, so if you listen to Lady Lackeys, I know that Meg lives in Van Nuys and she hates it.
I can vouch for the area.
For about a year. There's like a weird thing with Van Nuys, you can go in a couple different directions and things change within blocks.
Could I also interject and warn people that ever do visit Van Nuys, people drive like fucking maniacs there.
It's
right there.
Why is it significantly different than anywhere else? I think I've only really been on Ventura.
The streets are super wide for one.
Yeah, Van Nuys Boulevard back in the 70s was even the 80s was like a cruising street. So me and buddies, we would like hop into Camaros and Mustangs and Chevelles, and we just cruise down Van Nuys Boulevard, and drag race and stuff like that. But then then from Van Nuys moved to Santa Barbara. From Santa Barbara, moved to Sacramento. I've been here ever since.
So you really made your rounds in Southern California before.
Yeah, but I've never
Heading
lived
up
out of
there.
state, so I get a lot of heat because, being born and raised here, I kind of have an idea that I'm never going to leave. I don't want to leave, but I've been I've been to Colorado. I've been to, when Ace went to Appleton, I've been to Milwaukee and Madison, and they're gorgeous. And I've been to Denver and outskirts, and they're gorgeous. And every time I think about leaving California and living elsewhere, I just
You're getting
think
that
of,
itch just a little, it's creeping in, like that itch.
I've
is
even thought of
just-
Havasu or Phoenix or, Arizona, Scottsdale. But
Have you seen friends leaving? Is that
oh yeah, I've got
Kinda.
friends that have moved to Texas, Arizona, Nevada, Oregon. Laura's in Washington, so I know people that are in other states. And every time I think about it, though, it's like
Shout out to
Highway
Hyatt.
1 is a good reminder of what's so beautiful about living here. And I'm only
Yeah.
90 minutes from Tahoe or San Francisco, so we like it.
I did the
Ooh.
drive from Northern to Southern down I-5 a couple weeks ago, and I was sort of dreading it. I knew I was going to I had taken 101 up, and I find that a beautiful drive. I was like, oh, I-5, I did this years ago. It's so flat. I'm going to drive. And it really was actually, you still have mountains in the back.
Yeah.
To look at. And
yeah.
Coming from, having been in Chicago, and I would take the train from Chicago to Champaign for 2 hours, and there was nothing. In comparison, I-5 was way more awesome.
Well, I will say, so in driving, so my experience with Chicago to I think it was Decatur, a lot of corn. It's really flat, a lot of corn, and there are no turnoffs, right? Like your highway turnoffs for Starbucks or McDonald's are really spread far apart. And then you have tollways, and you always have to have a coin, like a cup holder full of coins to pay your tolls. And that's always threw me off about
My
driving.
turnoffs are really needy women. Those are my turnoffs. Yeah.
Har. I would call that a dad joke, but it's not.
I'm
It's
all
just
about
a Robbie
that.
spotlight.
Like,
Just call it a Robbie spotlight.
Yeah.
all right.
Oh,
So
yeah, California
Jeff,
kid.
yeah. Okay. So Jeff, how did you come to find ACS, and when did you start to listen?
So I was a Loveline listener in the 90s. And then when I moved to Santa Barbara, trying to get Ace on radio out there was pretty tough. And it wasn't until Ace's, not K-Rock, but his radio show got picked up in Sacramento. And so he started on doing the morning show in Sacktown. So I listened to his morning show. This probably had to have been 06, 05, 06. And then I was there when he went off the air, and then he says, I'm going to launch a podcast. And then I tuned into the podcast and started downloading from day one. So it's kind of that transitional time. But funny thing was, I was listening to Dawson on Lackeys a couple weeks back, and I didn't realize that me and Dawson may have crossed paths in Santa Barbara, because he and I were living in Isla Vista right around that same time in the mid 90s.
Or around how old were you? Oh, I don't know if you want to give out your age in the mid 90s, but I'm sure you were 16 years old in the mid 90s, right?
No, I'm not too far behind Ace in terms of age.
Cool.
How old's Adam? 57?
I think he turns 57.
Oh,
this
wow.
month.
Yeah. So I'm about 5-6 years younger than he is.
Yeah. All right.
So
Okay. So what about the Facebook group? You've been in the Adam Carolla podcast Facebook group for a while now. How did you discover it? When did you start joining and commenting and all that stuff?
So I saw his stand-up. This had to have been 2012, because Donnie was still doing sound. And I think this was his first show in Sacramento at the Crest Theater.
Shut up, Donnie.
And I may have even said to Addie, I think I remember seeing her waiting in line to get his signature on his Not Taco Bell material. but that was what, 2012, and I think I was just kind of lurking, or I kept seeing the group, and I finally decided to jump in and join. I don't know if I was really active on Facebook up until then, and I thought, oh, this is a fun group, and I started listening pretty much every day up by that point, and I figured I might as well jump in and banter with everybody else about
Really, you
the
have
number
to be a
one player.
daily listener to really get a lot out of the group.
Yeah.
And I find that I am not active on my main page at all. Like, I think that, I don't know about the rest of you. Well, no, I see Robbie and Manny. Oh, Manny shit posts all the time. What am I talking about? I see a post, I don't even have to see the name. I know it's Manny.
We just
But
posted. I think Jane and I we were like in a little competition a couple of days ago in the group comment
yeah.
competition.
Yeah, we both comment. It was that guy who ran it about Ace's technical issues.
Yeah.
And then Robbie and I had the first comments. We were piling on.
Yeah, so it's fun. We
I
I
honestly
because I'm not
thought he
active
was
at all on my main
serious.
page. So Jeff, it sounds like you're the same way, right? Is that right? Like, you just kind of
Yeah, I feel weird. Like, I was scrolling through my feed and I realized that I'm interacting with more groups, and especially the ACE group recently, than I am with friends or family. And I think it's just because you can go in and kind of just shoot out a comment, and you're just firing off one-liners, and there's really no engagement.
strangers. It's harmless.
Yeah, it's just I get stuff off my chest.
Yeah. You can post in groups anonymously now.
Really?
I don't know. It might be a setting that the admins can control, but I'm in some groups where you can post anonymously. If you want
I noticed that there are some comments when I go to read them won't pull up. So I've either been blocked or hidden, because I can't see some comments by some commenters. Like, it'll say there's 20 comments, and when I pull it up, there's 15.
They're zucked.
Zucked, yeah. Okay, look, me being one of the admins, sometimes I'll get a message from people and they'll say, "Hey, Rob, my comment got deleted. My post got deleted. What happened? Was it you?" I'm like, dude, here's a screenshot. The Facebook, whatever, fact checkers or whatever you want to call them, they're the ones that blocked it, and sometimes they'll just block it. Like, I have nothing to do with it. So don't call me like a little snowflake or something. It's not me. It's yeah, like Jane said, you've been zucked. You've been zucked, guys.
Is it because they want the acknowledgement as a form of like a participation trophy?
Yeah, I think so.
They have a lot more.
Acknowledge me.
There are people who have a little too much invested in the group, I think.
Okay, I'm not going to mention last names, but one of the group members, his name is Nicholas. He there was someone that posted something today that I was a little critical on Gina, and then he did respond. He goes, "Hey, where are the admins at? Why don't you guys check this, blah blah blah." And then I saw it, so I was like, yeah, he's right. This is kind of disrespectful. I didn't approve that comment, that post, so I went ahead and I deleted that post. In fact, I even suspended the guy for 12 hours, but that's between me and you guys. He'll be back tomorrow. And then he made another comment saying a post. He did a post on his own saying, "Hey, we're the admins at vetting all these things." It's like, dude. So our friend Hi Hat, she posted. She actually responded to him saying, "Hey, sometimes things slip through the cracks, and there we go." And then right when I was going to respond to him. And I basically said, "Hey, that's why we depend on some of the group members to report certain things if they've crossed the line or if something's a little disrespectful or whatever or against the rules. Then report it, send it to us, and then we'll go ahead and make a determination. I'll even check with the other admins, and then we'll delete it. Or if it's someone like throwing like actual hateful words, we'll suspend the guy for 12 hours, 24 hours, 3 days or whatever." And then that's what I did. I deleted that post. And so what he did was he just deleted the whole damn his post, and that's it. But anyways, yeah, the admin, sometimes it'll slip through the cracks and it'll make it in. And then we'll just, please, if it's crossing the line, go ahead and report it. We'll delete it, or we'll just let it go through, and we'll let whoever the poster was, the original poster, we'll let you get embarrassed, and we'll just get on you and just talk crap.
It's a thankless job, but someone's got to do
Yeah,
it.
The Lord's work.
Lord.
Ronnie and Manny.
Patting myself in the back right now. Thank you. Hey, you too, Manny.
All right, so Jeff, what got you hooked on Adam, and what made you a daily listener?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Something about the dry humor. Obviously, the early days were with Teresa and Bald. You know, Teresa being OG. Gina's been great. Shishu, who shall not be named, Allison. Look, they've all three been great. And I get that there's hate for a combination of the hosts, but that early combination with Teresa was really fun. And I don't know if it's just Teresa's ability to kind of just jump in and quip with Adam. But yeah, I mean, his sense of humor, very dry, his kind of matter of fact, very kind of like a sensible approach to most things. Makes sense. It's funny, you know. And now my wife and kids say that I kind of complain a lot in the same way that Adam does. Just everything's a complaint.
It's contagious.
It's contagious, and I try not to make it as a negative, as more of like, hey, this is just an observation, which is, again, the lady lackey said, hey, you know, Adam brought the new guy and says, hey, you know, look at this cup of coffee. He's like, yeah. I was like, what are you gonna do? He's like, well, I put some water in. He's like, yeah, but the stain's up top. So what are we doing? It's simple, you know, just observe, report, you know, see a problem, fix a problem. And that's just, to me, it's funny. It's a simple thing.
I think I see what you're saying too. Because I heard that episode. I think it was the last episode where Adam's got this thing. Adam Carolla's got this thing on the coffee cups being in the sink, right? Just being there, no water, hasn't been washed, or at least maybe even rinsed. Like, okay, so there it is. What are you gonna do with it? So,
dude, real quick,
go ahead.
I used to, growing up with my pops, we'd go clean up this office building here in town on the weekends, and the amount of leftover coffee in these fucking mugs was absurd, man. And like just the stains it would leave is just like, you guys couldn't just finish this or just empty it out yourselves. Like,
yeah,
fuck it.
It's the simple stuff: rinsing your cup, picking up trash, and maybe that's why, because I had always heard the saying, time to lean, time to clean, which is probably something that Adam screams in the shop, you know. So those are simple things that I always kind of identified with. And, you know, his other stories may or may not have been similar, but I could identify with the direction he was going in. Better than, I never really liked Stern, wasn't my style. And then, you know, morning traffic and stuff like that. You know, I didn't listen to too much music. I prefer talk.
That's interesting. I think of Stern as kind of a strong crossover fan base with Adam, but
yeah,
I never got into him just because I didn't have access, or I was a little young for Stern.
Yeah. And you know, actually, now I think about it. When I was in LA, I listened to a lot of K-Rock. So you had, I can't even remember their names, but anyway, the old K-Rock, Kevin and Bean.
Yeah.
So I listened to them, and, you know, you had Mark and Brian. So you kind of had a little taste of that. And Stern was definitely different than those guys. He was more of a pure talk, whereas, you know, Mark and Brian, Kevin and Bean were more of like a bit based. And I just never really got into Stern to give it much of a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we already talked about a little bit on the background. So as far as Adam, right, we like his dry humor. Is there anything that you dislike about him? Anything you disagree with him on?
I don't disagree too much with him. I mean, I think I mean, he kind of dabbles in the Asperger-ish part of his persona, and I think he's definitely more on inspection than he leads on to make you believe. But I think like his thing with the masks and all that stuff, and then his thing with how things have to be. I don't know. I see that there's potential for flexibility. So I'm just not as hardcore as he is. So that might be a disagreement where I just don't push as hard where I think he keeps pushing because he wants it his way all the time, every day. And I just, I'm not that hard. If you didn't do it this time and it doesn't, it really kind of put me out, just move on. Life's too short. But I like cars. I like, my first car was a Datsun 280ZX. It wasn't a Datsun 510. But I understand his love of road racing, and I'm not a Porsche guy or a Lambo guy. I'm more of a Mustang guy. So when in like his early days when he had Donnie, Donnie's friend Sandy Gans was always on talking about his '65 Mustang, and there was a project that he would always work on. Well, it turns out I'm in a Facebook group for vintage Mustangs, or actually it's what they call a Group 2 Trans Am Racing group, and Sandy Gans is in that group. And so he posts pictures of things that he works on. And I remember I sent him a note. I was like, hey, I know you from Corolla, and I've been following your car ever since, back in the days with Donnie. And he's like, yeah, that was a fun ride. It is what it is. But I remember I asked Adam about, what was it, because he's always kind of knocked on Mustangs because it's like a VW Bug where it's like a poor man's car. It's easy to work on. And he's got, obviously, his Newman Porsche, and he had Miras and all the super high-end stuff.
He's more is he into like the sophisticated engineering? I'm trying to like explain this, and like I'm not a car person, so I'm just trying to like.
I think he's into like the simplest way I could say it is he's into stuff that a normal guy doesn't have. And a normal guy doesn't have a Ferrari. A normal guy doesn't have a, Lambo, Miura, or two of them, or four Lambos, because he had I think he had four Lambos. And then he's got all the Newman cars. And then even his daily drivers. Yeah.
Everything's Italian.
Lambo, yeah.
And then he was also daily driving a Aston Martin DB8 or 9 for a bit.
He actually sold that.
Oh, okay.
The
that
DB8
green one.
Yeah, the green. Yeah, he had that one for a long time.
My favorite is DB Sweeney from the Cutting Edge from the early '90s.
Ice skating movie.
Yeah, ice skating. And DB Sweeney.
What
what's
was
up?
The actress? Was it Moira Kelly?
This sounds like a deep pull, Robbie.
Yeah. Oh, the Cutting Edge. One of my favorite early '90s movies.
So quick back to Ace's Aston Martin. I actually almost bought his Jag because it was for sale on Bring a Trailer. He had a Jaguar that Lynette would drive, and it was customized to a degree by himself, and it was listed for Bring a Trailer. It was like $6,000. I thought I should buy this thing, but I didn't want the headache, and I didn't want to daily drive it.
Yeah.
But yeah, cars. Yeah, I like Ace's takes on cars.
What are some of your other?
Is Jaguar also Italian?
English.
Or is that American?
English.
Oh, it's English. Okay.
Yeah. We need Ball to hit that drop with that, classic music.
Okay.
But the more you know.
Are there any
no,
other
man, the
English
classical
brands?
music.
Oh, the classical.
Range Rover, Citroen. Oh, that's French.
Mini?
Land Rover, Mini. Yeah, Mini. Well, now it's BMW.
Yeah.
Jag. I can't think of any others.
What about Peugeot?
Peugeot's French.
Oh, okay.
And there's all the Italian stuff. But yeah, Ace likes that exotic stuff.
Okay.
But
you think it's more about it being rare, or
I think it's a way for him.
The engineering.
I think it's the engineering. There's a lot of engineering. Okay. There's style. There's design, and I think he's got an eye for aesthetics. That
okay.
If you're into cars, you have like you'll like body shapes. Like if you look at his, so I would kill for his Miura. It's called it's Italian for like dark midnight blue metallic, but then he's got an oxblood red interior. It's a gorgeous car. And every time I see it, when I saw that he was selling it, I was like, oh, if I won Lotto, I would buy that mirror in a heartbeat. It's gorgeous.
So, since you're a car guy, does that mean you're not into sports? Because Adam always has this thing. He's like, car guys are not into sports, and sports people are just like not into cars. Do you
So
fit that
sports, like, do I play sports or do I
Watch.
enjoy
mold?
watching
Follow
sports?
More like watch sports, follow sports. He's always saying that like car guys could hold a big event for cars on Super Bowl Sunday, and no one would bat an eye.
Yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of baseball. I watch a lot of
Okay.
Oakland A's baseball, a lot of baseball.
So boring.
And I'm a Raider fan. I know it's
Wait,
Wow.
I know. Go figure.
Interesting.
So wait, did you adopt Oakland after moving to Sacramento, or did you have it?
No,
were you ever
they
into
were the Los
Dodgers?
Angeles Raiders when I lived there.
No.
Oh shit.
The A's.
Yes. So funny. So the cool thing is when my kid was like around 10 years old, 8 or 10 or so, friends of his took him to a San Francisco Giants game at the then brand new Pac Bell Park. Brand new stadium. I thought, dude, you're gonna go see the Giants in Pac Bell. It's amazing. And he came home. I was like, how was it? He goes, it's okay. It's all right. We ended up getting a friend of ours got us a luxury suite at Oakland Coliseum. We went to that game, and also he's like, this stadium's amazing. I love it. And he was hooked. So now he's seen like the super elite Pac Bell, and then he saw the dump that is.
I know. I was gonna say,
Oakland.
hasn't the Coliseum been around forever?
Forever. And you walk in there and like stuff's cracking, stuff doesn't work, it's old. But you know what? There's something, he fell in love with it, and we've just been Oakland fans ever since. And he just has not been into the Giants, which for me being a former Dodger fan, because I grew up in LA.
Ooh, Dodger.
I can't be a Giants fan. It's weird.
That makes sense.
I can't fuck with baseball, period.
Well, look, being Adam Carolla fans, we know that Adam doesn't like baseball because he says all they do is like
It's
chew,
fucking boring.
Yeah, all they do is they chew sunflower seeds and spit them out. That's it.
Yeah.
They do a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. I mean, so my kid, he got into baseball, and then we watched Moneyball, and then he thought, you know what, I want to read the book.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie was great, right? Can't beat the movie. And then he reads the book, and he screamed because, I don't know, like chapter 8 was nothing but numbers. And he threw the book down. I was like, this book sucks. It's all these numbers. And I'm getting this headache, and I don't understand what they're saying, and it doesn't make sense. Come chapter 9 or chapter 10, he's just like, Dad, I get it. Now I get Moneyball. And then it clicked. And so now you see batting averages, percentage versus lefties versus righties. So there's like nuance. And in the same way, Adam would see nuance with heel toe shifting and tire composition and, brake bias and how you build your race car. It's just finding that level of interest in something else, and then you're bought in.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it with cars. I get it with baseball. I get it with football. And then my kid played club soccer for like a decade or 8 years, 9 years. And so then I got into soccer, and he's still into soccer. So we follow a lot of English soccer. So we're all over.
Wow, English. Football.
Yeah, football. Yeah, he's a Tottenham Hotspur fan. So
cool.
Yeah, nice range of interest there. All right. So do you have a favorite Adam rant or opinion, or both?
So something funny came up. So I listen to Spotify when I work out, and I was listening to a 311 channel, and they run a commercial talking about the shot. And immediately I was like, oh, I'm waiting for Ace to tweet out something about like, stop being sheeple, whatever. But then at the very end, the lady, I think the commercial is like a daughter asking the mom, saying, Mom, why are you getting the shot? And then the mom says, I'm getting it so that Mija, I can be here for you. And I was like, oh, it's like the Three Mijos, but it's on Spotify. Anyway, I mean, his rants, I mean, I chuckle at all of them, you know, whether it's Turning Right on Red, I do it. I've done it quite a few times. Just anything that has to deal with simplicity in, oh, you know what? I was looking at some bills the other day, and I got a bill from the city, from LA County. I have an apartment tenant that complained about something with his unit, and the city had to come out to kind of mitigate the complaint to make sure we weren't like running a poorly managed building.
Underground drug
A
business.
slum.
Yeah.
You're selling
And I got a
drugs.
bill. I got a bill from the city of LA for that visit.
How
Oh.
much?
$400
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, but
The principle
it's
of
just
it
one of
is-
those levels. Like, look, you make it so hard to run a business, and then
Mhm.
you get these little ancillary ticky-tack fines. And you know, it could be me as, you know, landlord, or even when I ran you know, a truck repair shop. You know, I had a county inspector come in, and he asked my painter about, you know, how does he use a particular cleaner, and the guy answered the question wrong. That turned into a fine, and it's like $500 fine, and then he has to re-inspect in 2 weeks, and it's another $200. It's just all these little
Oh my
these little
God.
ways that the state seems to be able to, you know, drive you to move your business elsewhere, because they make it so hard to operate.
Have you thought about
So-
just not paying? Like take Adam's advice and just don't pay.
This is
Yeah,
different.
like if you get a speeding ticket, like just
Yeah.
fight it, right? Just say you'll take a court date, because the cop won't show up.
I mean, is there some sort of constitutionality on this? There's got to be for these.
Yeah, if you
little-
get a speeding ticket, you can take it to court.
Yeah, but I
and the
mean,
cop
I'm
has to
talking about
show.
you're being billed for an inspector.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you would think that there is, but it's really annoying. Like the fact that it wasn't really a necessary complaint, and the tenant was just trying to, I don't know. Like, but you know, when you hear things about him and like his neighbor being horrible, and
The one that he let burn down, get burned down.
exactly. Like I've had neighbors where when I hear that story, I go,
Your blood
that guy,
boils.
if his shit was burning, I lost my phone. I don't know what happened. I wasn't home. Just let it go. Yeah.
Complete ignorance.
Let's just be cool. Like, you know, just be cool.
You
Yeah, why is it so hard to be chill? Like, why can't people just be chill
Right.
neighbors?
And I just prefer to just be really chill, really mellow. And I used to draw a line in the sand and get up in people's faces, and it's not a good way to go through life. And nowadays it's more of a pain than a benefit. So I'd rather just kind of step back. Let's try and
Yeah.
find a solution. And if not, I'll go somewhere else.
I have some follow-up questions.
Yeah.
Go, Manny. Go.
Favorite cars, favorite 311 songs. Go.
Ooh.
Oh man, well, 67 Mustang is my favorite car. Favorite 311 song.
I know mine
think
because I just like the mainstream one.
Amber
you
is the
do.
color of your
Yeah.
energy. Amber. I was just listening to Amber.
yeah.
Amber.
I mean, but their greatest hits album from top to bottom is solid.
Okay.
And the reason why they're in my head right now is my feed popped up and said that Iration and 311 are going to be playing like 10 minutes away from me in October.
Oh yeah, I saw the sale go up for that.
So good. I was like, but the kicker is it's the same day as the Aftershock show. So if I don't want to see Metallica, I can go see 311 and Iration. Or if I
Hmm.
don't want to see them, I can go see Metallica and whoever's playing Aftershock. And they're
Okay.
literally like 15 minutes apart, two venues.
Sick.
But yeah, 311's one of those bands. It's like I haven't heard them in a while. When you turn them on, turn them up loud, it's fun music.
For sure.
I don't know much.
I'm
I
down
think
with
I
that.
had like their greatest hits or something like that. Obviously, I liked Amber. It was so chill, right?
Yeah.
That song is so like chill.
Yeah.
You want to be at the beach or just chill. Yeah, just relax. And it's
Yep.
I know Amber. 311. They were like kind of like a reggae-ish, you know.
They've always
College,
been that
right?
reggae,
Reggae punk,
Yeah.
reggae pop punk, maybe.
They've
Yeah.
mellowed out a lot in recent years. I like the earlier stuff. I think the my most enjoyable album that they put out of like the recent releases is Uplifter. Everything else has been kind of like a bit more on the mellow side. So like I don't
Now,
dip
have you
into
guys
those too
heard
much.
of Iration?
No.
No.
No, they're good.
Aware us on them. Who are they?
I mean, they're just kind of like reggae. And I know Adam shits on reggae. but-
Right.
But then again, I'm not a huge fan of John Hyatt. I gave it a shot. I don't know about you guys, but I keep
I
thinking
did.
like, look, I see a lot of common things with Adam. Music isn't really one of them. Who's the stepping out guy? New wave.
Oh, Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson.
Yeah.
Good album. That's a great album.
Yeah.
You know, and so Ace he can hit on some new wave 80s stuff. That's great. But every time he goes back to John Hyatt, I go, I'm gonna give it a shot. And more times than not, I go, this is really not good.
So do you agree with him on the stuff he hates?
Yeah.
For
What are
example?
some of your other tastes in
Like
music?
Beastie Boys or rap
No, I like the
music?
Beastie Boys.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and that's actually why I like that Bald had to defend the Beasties, because if you can get past License to Ill, can you get into Paul's Boutique and find a sound that's different
Great
than
fucking album.
it's a great album. Now, if you go a step beyond Paul's Boutique and get into Music from the Way Out, that's like their, and I think Baldy brought it up, where that's their instrumental kind of like jazz stuff.
Yeah.
That stuff's amazing. And I actually bought that CD and I'll crank it in my car, and it's like a instrumental funk.
Great
Yeah.
smoking music right there.
Yeah. And you know, it's you know, when he had David Wild on, they would do like that New Music Mondays, right? And
Yeah, I missed that segment. To
I
be
do
honest.
too.
I wish they would totally bring Music Monday back.
so
I don't.
I-
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think
Go ahead.
David Wild brought in he had introduced a band called the Olympians,
Hmm.
and it was kind of like funky jazz. And I actually went out and bought the CD, and it's a good CD. But so yeah, there's some tastes that he's so set in the Beasties suck. But I mean, I get it. The License to Ill is really played out. Sabotage is a great song though.
Dude, Sabotage, you know, I can't stand it. I know you planned it. I'm gonna set it straight. This Watergate. I can't
Yeah.
stand rocking it when I'm in here. Yeah, that's
Here,
Beastie
when you
Boys.
hear the song, here, let me.
Hey, come on, Def Jam. If you want to sign me, just come on, sign me already.
Robbie Spotlight,
Yeah,
what's up?
yeah.
No, that-
Sabotage,
In
sabotage.
sound.
Go
from the
Robbie,
way
go
out.
Robbie.
Yeah. So you listen up, because you can't say nothing. You'll shut me down with the push of a button. But yo, I'm out. I'm gone. I'll tell you now. I keep it going on.
Keep it on and on.
Yeah. there you
Hey,
go.
girl in the house.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Get us muted, man. Watch out.
I like
That's-
the intro. It's just
Your
the intro,
phone
the
is, like, blurred
guitar.
out. It
Oh,
was
I don't. Yeah,
weird.
why is it blurred out? You got some bad
It's
words
like-
on
I
your
have
phone.
my blurred background.
Oh, is that what it is? All
Oh,
right.
you're on a fake background. Oh.
Yeah, I'm in a blurred background because I'm in a closet. I don't want you to see my closet wall.
Are you like punching holes in your closet wall? Is that
Nah,
what it
not
is?
really.
Oh, okay.
It's Jeff's anger management issues.
All right.
Yeah.
Jeff.
We can't hear it. We can't
I
hear
know.
it.
Save that for later,
Oh, man.
DJ.
The
No,
in
okay.
sound from the way out. You got to hear it.
So
All right.
I gotta shout out a few people on our YouTube right now. So we got Bruin Backhand. We have Mindy. What's up, Mindy? We have Addie. We got B
Shout
Frank.
out Andy.
Yeah,
Andy. I'm drunk. Sorry.
We
Hey,
have
B.
our
Frank, Addie.
love Quana. What's up,
Quana,
Quana? We
what
love
up,
you.
girl?
Hey,
Love ya.
Quana.
Yeah, we love you, Quana. So yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah,
If you didn't hear your name, say hi in the chat.
yeah. If we
Exactly,
didn't see
we'll
it,
shout
yeah.
you
Am I
out.
not seeing that chat?
It's on YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Endless Ranchers. Check us out. Follow us. Like us. Comment. Yeah, like Addie was saying, actually, I think
Number one fan.
she didn't really. I don't think she
Number one.
liked David Wild so much, but loved the Music Mondays. Yes. One thing I liked about David Wild was he did introduce me, or those segments did introduce me to some music. I do remember Elvis Costello. I remember this one time they played this one song, "God Give Me Strength" by Elvis Costello, and it was like I had never heard of it because I'm not really an Elvis Costello guy. I like to expand my horizons musically and stuff like that. But there was a time where I was a little kind of depressed, like in like the relationship.
Emo
was-
Robbie.
I know. I can get emo sometimes. I can more than you guys think. Check up on me every now and then.
For sure.
But I like the song "God Give Me Strength." It's kind of it's like a real sad, sentimental song. He's in a relationship. I don't know. It's like, I think he's being rejected, but the song, I don't know. He's just it's kind of like, it feels to me like a rejection song, and that's why he's saying, "God give me strength." So anyways, I think it's one of the songs that I learned from one of those David Wild song segments. So yes, like Addie said, we David Wild, but the segment was awesome. I liked it.
Bring it back.
Introduced me. Yeah,
One of those
introduced me.
throwback bits that I missed that bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I do like the toolbox on Mondays.
Yeah.
Dawson. I would love a CD or a playlist of
Dawson
just-
fucking kills it on the toolbox.
Yeah.
So
man.
speaking of toolbox, right? So
Yeah.
if we go back to last week's Pat Benatar Hall of
Yeah.
Fame dispute, right? As soon as they brought that up, I had to grab my Pat Benatar greatest hits, and I was listening to Promises in the Dark. But then, skipping through, I hit on Heartbreaker.
Mhm.
That's her hit song, but you know what? It still pops. Like, I was listening to
Yeah.
that thing over the weekend. I thought, dude, Pat Benatar, I forgot.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's some Tool
Ace
Tune
is
stuff right there.
completely right about her. She should be
Yeah.
in the Hall of Fame,
Oh, for
given
sure.
everyone else in there.
And
I
my
agree.
friend,
She was a badass.
Dawson's
Yeah, I'm a Go-Go's
irate
fan.
fucking
I'm glad
reaction
that they
was
made it in.
awesome. Sorry to cut you off there, but about fuck the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when he just went off. I love that.
Yeah.
Back to Jeff.
No one's buying any of the awards anymore. Like the Oscars, no one cares. Emmys, like it's all just so diluted and not to be
Just
taken. No one takes it seriously
self-gratuitous.
anymore.
I don't know. I
Kind
mean,
of new, like where are we going? It's kind of indicative of the new direction. Like everything's niche. Everything has like we all have like our little niche interests
like
rather
if you
than
take
some
it
broad
to,
like over. Oh, everyone follow the Beatles, for instance, is like the biggest example. Like it was when it was the Beatles, everyone loved the Beatles, and they were the number one band, and it was universal. Nothing's just really universal anymore.
Ass eating's universal.
Oh. Did
And
you
the
just
show
I'm
has
kicked out of the
hit a
universe.
new
Ben.
low.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey Jeff, since we're on the topic of music, what are some of your favorite Tool tunes?
Oh, I mean, I listen to pretty much.
And you have to try to
everything.
sing them, but not too well, so we don't get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah. Don't sound exactly like them.
Oh, John Waite, Change. That's a great track. I don't know if you guys remember that one. Something happened, and you say that you were leaving. Oh, we always wish for money. We always wish for fame. We think we had the answers. Some things ain't ever gonna change. Change. It doesn't matter who you are. Look it up, John Waite.
Can't say I'm
It's a
familiar
great
right
song.
now. Okay.
My
I'm trying
favorite
to guess the
Change
answer.
song, Tears for Fears, had a Change song. Remember that? Change, change. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have heard this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a good song.
Okay.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Turn it off
I like
before
it.
we get kicked off.
But yeah, Benatar, John Waite, like 80s Journey. I'm just an 80s kid. I listen to all that stuff all the time. So damn. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I was listening to Damn Yankees.
Oh,
and I
really?
forgot that I forgot Nugent was the lead guitarist
Yeah,
because
man.
you got Tommy
was
Shaw from Styx, Nugent on lead, and then you had Jack from Night Ranger. And then I don't know who the drummer is, but yeah, it's like a super band. But Damn Yankees, Higher Ground. It's
No
a great
one ever
song.
remembers the drummer.
So yeah. But yeah, me and Ace probably share some music. I don't know. Most of my stuff's going to be 80s, 90s. I'll throw
Yeah.
in some weird stuff I listen to, like the Sundays from the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. As good now as it was then.
Yeah, I'm more and more nostalgic for that era as the
90s
world
great.
gets crazier.
If maybe Addie's from the Bay Area. I used to listen, getting ready for middle school. Addie's a little older than me. I don't know, maybe 5-6 years older than me. She
She's
she
younger
used
than
to,
me.
yeah, right. I used to listen to this. I don't know if it was like KFRC or something like that, in San Francisco radio station.
K-Fog.
Was it KFOG? But they used to play a lot of the 80s, late 80s, early 90s stuff. And that's how I got familiar with a lot of that stuff, like 38. Whenever they talk about 38, you just hold on loosely, but don't lose control. Yeah.
38 special.
All that's, yeah, 30. I listened to all that stuff, getting ready for school. I hated going to my freaking middle school, but I love listening to all that music. Well, a lot of even though I love rap, you know, Tupac, Biggie, Wu-Tang Clan, all that stuff, Nas, I like all that stuff. But I in the back of my mind, I always had a lot of that stuff that even Ace talks about. You know, the Tears for Fears, some of that synth rock, you know, Pat Benatar, even, you know, Love Is a Battlefield and all that stuff. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Probably my 4 most frequent stations on Sirius in my car. Lithium, whatever, the Hair Nation for, you know, like Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Whitesnake, Great White, all those 80s hair rock bands. The 80s channel that Ace listens to. Plus there's a 80s New Wave with Richard Blade. That's on another 80s channel. So I got 2 80s channels, a hair band channel, and then I've got a old school hip hop. LL Cool J's Rock the Bells radio, and that's
hell yeah,
nice.
It's all like 80s to 90s hip hop, and it's just fun, real fun. Back when it was like less serious, you know, more fun music.
Yeah, a lot of partying and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lithium channel, is that like industrial music or what?
Lithium's like
all about batteries, right?
Hot battery talk coming at you.
Coming up, we got the
CR123A
and the 18650s.
Double A's, got the triple A's. What's up, everybody? San Francisco Bay Area.
Triple A's. And after the commercial, we've got button batteries for your watch.
Oh yeah. I don't know. What were you asking, Manny? Sorry.
No, I just wanted to know what kind of music they played on the Lithium channel.
Alternative.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Alternative. I know alternative. Obviously, what is no. Grunge rock is the Kurt Cobain, right?
Yeah.
We got what's the guy, you know, today is the good day. What's his name?
Smashing Pumpkins.
There you go. Smashing Pumpkins.
Kurt Cobain was Nirvana.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain was Nirvana, and then Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Pumpkins.
Yeah.
Billy Corgan.
Yeah, Billy Corgan. That was that one. Yeah. I think that was their first hit.
No, they had hits before that.
Yeah.
Cherub Rock.
Dude, that fucking song. I love that Cherub Rock. There's a lot of good hits on that fucking. I think it's Siamese Dream, or is it the one before?
Yeah, Siamese Dream.
All right, yeah.
Siamese,
that whole stretch in the 90s was fun because you had Alice in Chains, Smashing Pumpkins, Blind Melon, Nirvana, you know, all the grungy
Blind
stuff.
Melon they're the ones with that the little bee girl, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All I can do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Fun times.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So actually, okay. What else? How
about, all right, so besides music, what would Adam hate about you?
I love this question.
The fact that I put so much time and money into a late 60s Mustang. I've heard him rant about it when I was driving to work, and when he did, I went, I felt like the Godfather, like, you're stabbing me in the heart, you know, whatever the movie was. Like that one hurt. Like as a car guy to a car guy.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of the unwritten rule was we're all car guys. Don't poo-poo the other guy's, you know, flavor of choice. So mine is a late 60s Mustang. Why? My dad bought mine in May of 67, so it's been in the family. I've been picked up and taken to school in that car when I was a kid, so I remember like the smells, the feel.
Well,
the
see,
sound.
Adam could never have something like that because he hated his childhood.
Correct.
Well,
But
not only that, but he did have
But his
the
parents wouldn't have driven him anywhere.
and his VW Squareback that had the exhaust leak where he passed out in the back.
exactly. That's the only memories that he has of that is like
Yeah.
the acute poisoning.
So that would be like the one thing you'd probably hate about me. I did play the lotto last night just for shits and giggles because I had a winning ticket, and instead of cashing it out, I'm like, just roll it forward to Tuesday's Powerball, whatever. I didn't win. But if I did win, it would have been a really fun conversation for tonight. Be like, hey, Ace Man, I got $458 million. How you like me now?
400
But
million
I
of
can't say
them going into Bitcoin.
But what else would you hate about me? I don't know. Family and education. I'm good there. Kids doing great. Happy family. I don't know.
Like 85% proud of you. It sounds.
Yeah,
like.
maybe. He would just be like, but you're putting all the money in that 60s Mustang.
But what's his?
By now,
do you like goat cheese?
I don't even know if I've ever had goat cheese.
No, that one always sticks out to me.
But has he ever said like what's his favorite pizza?
He doesn't like pineapple.
I think he's a fan of margarita
pineapple.
pizzas.
Yeah. Do I enjoy pineapple on pizza? I'll eat it. Because I'm like Adam, I pretty much eat anything. But if push came to shove, like we have a local pizza place out here in Davis. And it's the same place we used to have in Isla Vista called Woodstocks. And they have their Davis Classic, which is like pepperoni, sausage, onions, and black olives. It's a bomb pizza. We get it every time. It's the same thing every time we go there. So I get a regular pizza with meat on it. I'm not picky. I mean, that's what he would like about me is I eat everything. Like I'm not picky.
How do you
and I
dress
don't
your
like
hot dog?
leftovers. I eat it all. And my kid knows because he'll throw his pizza crust onto my plate because I'll eat it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, I think Adam always shares how he doesn't. Yeah, it's I'll eat pineapple pizza with Hawaiian or whatever. I don't mind it.
But the Canadian bacon isn't crispy, right? Like that's what. So on a Hawaiian pizza, everyone poo-poos the pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
But where I get irritated is that the big slice of Canadian bacon is like it's not soggy, but it's not crispy like pepperoni.
Yeah,
not well cooked.
Yeah.
Kind of like deli meat, and it's fine. But if I'm gonna put like a small piece of meat on a piece of pizza, I'd rather take like prosciutto.
I like salami. Okay. All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
All right.
Next topic.
What has been your favorite guest on ACS, Adam Carolla's show? What has been your favorite guest?
I mean, they all start to blend together. I've been listening for so long. So this question came up. I asked, like, if I could pick one. The one that I almost died listening to because I was laughing so hard with Dave Coulier. And I can, I can put myself,
especially the whole fart thing.
Oh,
bingo. So I was driving to Santa Cruz for a wedding, and I had McDonald's sausage McMuffin in the car, and I was driving and listening to that episode. And when he farted with the chili con carne,
is it like the Oprah Dinty stew?
Dinty Moore stew, chili con carne. What does that sound like? And he ripped it. I almost inhaled and choked on my sandwich. And I can tell you exactly where I was on the 580 heading to the Bay. It was right in this bend, kind of just past Tracy. I nearly wrecked my car. I was laughing so hard. And then I had to like rewind it on the old iPod and like hit like 30 seconds back, 30 seconds back. So listen to it again. And I was still dying. I I think I almost floated a contact lens while I was driving because I had so many tears in my eyes. But that Dave Coulier episode is pretty darn good.
Classic.
You know, other ones that were good that kind of come to mind. You know, Martin Cove from Cobra Kai seems like a nice guy. That was fun.
He's a bad guy, right?
Yeah, he's a bad dude from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Nick Cage was surprisingly good, even though he was goofier than hell. But he was cool. But I think like he used to do like he'd have some of the like female comedians come on. Natasha Leggero used to come on a little more often, like 5 years ago. She was pretty funny. Like that name popped up. And then who's there's like a duo, like a really tall blonde and a short brunette.
Oh,
Hall & Oates, but it's not Hall & Oates.
I know it's a female.
Garfunkel and Oates.
Is it Garfunkel? Yeah.
Yeah. So they were. I mean, so there's most of the guests are pretty good. When they get serious, I might skip it, but the ones that have held my attention would be like the dude that does like intelligence for Mexico. Like he was on like a bunch of times.
Ed Calderon.
Yeah.
Ed Calderon.
Yeah, like that was pretty engaging. Like
that's that gripping shit right there.
Yeah, and I just finished watching 000, and I'm watching Snowfall. And I'm watching
000 is a great fucking show, and unfortunately, it's just that's the only season we're getting, dude.
Yeah. So, have you watched Snowfall?
Have you caught up?
I finished it. I'm waiting for the next season.
Dude, it was intense, man.
Yeah. So Snowfall's good, but so where Ed Calderon pops in my mind is when they're like in Monterey and they're trying to lock down and get control of the city and the drug trade. And same thing with Snowfall, where they've got the families like doing all this stuff. I'm like, oh, this is like that guy. He knows all about these factions and all that stuff.
No, Ed, I follow him on Instagram. I like his stuff. He actually, I know someone close to me who has been kidnapped in Mexico. She was kidnapped with two of her kids, and Ed, he will post like actual tips. If you ever kidnapped, this is what you should do if you're either tied or et cetera, or he'll post funny stuff. So I do like it when he's on with Adam. He'll post certain things. Sometimes he'll criticize certain governments or et cetera, whatever. People will take his comments pro this and then sometimes pro that. But it's like, dude, he worked with the basically federales, and he knew corrupt people, he knew legit people, and he'll give you his point of view on how some of the workings of the Mexican mafia and police are. So, and it's fun. He'll post some of funny stuff as well. So I suggest his Instagram, I think it's called Ed's Manifesto. Ed's Manifesto or something like that. You can look him up. He's funny. So yeah. When
I was a college freshman, me and a bunch of buddies drove down to San Diego State to party with some other buddies. And I don't know, I think it was a Saturday. They said, we'd already gone to Tijuana and come back. And then these guys were like, hey, well, let's go back down to TJ and we'll buy some booze, because it's like 18 and over, you can buy vodka and stuff. And we'll buy some fireworks. We'll go buy stuff down south of the border. So I think like 7 of us loaded up into this dude's Fairlane, and we drove across the border into TJ, and we got lost. And this dude's Fairlane was completely restored, spotless, gorgeous car, and we got lost. And we made a left-hand turn, and I look over, and I got 3 federales on motorcycles next to the car. And the guy in the lead looks over, and he points, pull over. So we pull over in like a corner gas station lot. 3 guns pull up on us. They're like, everybody out of the car against the wall. So we all stand against the wall. And next thing you know, they start poking around like, hey, ¿qué onda? ¿Tú tienes mota? We're like, what? He's like, one of you guys has the mota. We found the stems and the seeds in the ashtray.
Mota, that's weed.
My buddy Eric's like, oh shit, dude. I'm smoking cigarettes. You're planting that on us. He goes back against the wall. And dude, look at me. I went to private. Yeah, exactly. I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. There's 7 of us at gunpoint. Finally, my buddy Jay steps forward and he puts his hand. He's like, "Hey guys, look, I'm really sorry. Like, I didn't realize we broke a law or something. Is there a way we could like pay a fine and pay the fine now?" And then they huddled together and they turned around. I remember the mirror sunglasses, like, yeah, $20 per person. And I literally pulled out $20 out of my shoe.
Yeah.
I'm like, here's mine. And we pulled it together. It was $140.
Bargain.
And they finally said,
me.
They're like, get in your car and leave now and don't come back. And that's the last time I ever went to TJ, and I've never gone back because I'm freaked out about getting pulled over by federales.
Yeah. Look, dude, I'm Hispanic. I'm Latino or Latinx or Latinx or whatever you want to call it. But I get I've never been to TJ. I consider myself a raza, you know, but I don't think, I don't know if I want to go down to TJ. I'm sorry.
I used to go on the regular with my pops.
Really,
yeah.
Manny?
My
got any stories?
Yeah,
he would. Dad?
Yeah, he would take me down there with him just because there'd be times that he'd go for medical work, you know, dental or just physical stuff like that. It's always meds. Yeah, it's always cheap down there. So we'd go down there. The journey down there was always interesting. You'd always come across interesting people, interesting sights, smells. We kind of stick to a usual route, path, whatever you want to call it. So I mean, a lot of it was a blur, but as far as I remember, there wasn't much like craziness that I was exposed to. So
all I can remember was I think it was Avenida de los Revolucion or something like that, which is like the main drag, and there were all the main
that's the place.
College kid bars were right there. But then trying to get out, you always had like the people selling hot dogs wrapped in bacon, and then the little kids trying to sell you chiclets, and then pickpockets. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. But I've never been back. But that's my one Federale story.
You should go back. It's changed a lot, somewhat.
Has it? I don't know. My friend that talked us out of the whole deal, he goes to San Felipe every year for like 4 days, drives over there, no problemo. And I've had an open invite for the last, I don't know, like 2-3 years. I'm like, I'm petrified, just petrified of driving down there.
What's up with Baja, California? Because I feel like it's all this coastline, probably beautiful and warm, but I don't feel like we hear much about it. Like,
I think that's where Adam wanted to form Israel 2.0.
Didn't he say that, like 2.0?
Baja, California, right?
See,
yeah. Yeah.
He said send some folks from West Hollywood down there to make it all nice and beautiful, and then you got Israel 2.0, and we could
get the gays out there. You gotta.
There you go.
Yeah. You need the Santa Monica gays down there as well. Yeah.
I tell you what. So after living in LA, I used to cruise down from Westwood into like Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset Strip, that whole stretch, and the cleanest part of town, West Hollywood, that little part of Santa Monica Boulevard. Just that's the cleanest part of town. Once you get past, you're like, I'm not in West Hollywood anymore, even today.
All right. Okay. So, one of the questions we wanted to ask you, but I think one of the answers that I want to give you is, you used to work with, we don't want to give out any secrets, but you used to work with one of our other old OGs from the Ace Hoes, B. Frank, Brian. Be Frank. What's up, Brian? How was he as a coworker? Was he like always like, hey, dude, you know, I went surfing this weekend and I got a nice tan, or what was he doing, you know, back in the day?
On YouTube.
Was he working shirtless?
He's like, you know, did he have his, you know, six pack and hey, huh?
Yeah. I don't know, because our trade wear, our trade dress never allowed for shirtless.
So shirtless,
but he was always
not in the uniform.
No, it was shirt and tie, suit and tie, all the time. So he was always very dapper. I always remember him being very dapper, very well dressed. So because I'm older, when he and I worked together, I was married with a kid. So for the most part, every day after work, I just went home because I had a wife and kid to do husband, daddy stuff, right?
Yeah.
But there was a whole contingent of other folks that I worked with. Be Frank, one of them. They were going to clubs, whether it was Mandangos or Sudworks or any of the bars. Huh?
Mandingos?
Mandangos. Mandingos?
Manny knows what's up. No. Okay. Oh, sorry.
So there was a pretty regular group of partiers, and I kind of always had a feeling he was. And that dude can drink too. So I don't know about you guys. He's
be frank and drink.
That dude's got some gills.
It's scary.
He's like Waterworld. Like he's got gills behind his neck. That dude can drink.
Yeah, Kevin Costner ain't got nothing on him.
Correctamundo.
I went drink for drink with him a couple weeks ago.
No.
On wine. The next day I was out. I was not functional the next day, and he was up at the gym at 4:45 in the morning.
Oh yeah, he was climbing that mountain.
Guy.
Yeah.
When we were drinking at that Thunder Valley get up, I met you guys all in like 2019, 18, 19?
19.
19. Yeah, he was putting them down pretty hard. I remember he had texted me in the morning, like, or I said, "Hey man, where are you? Like, let's do breakfast or something." And he says, "Hey, I'm already halfway home." I left at like 6 in the morning. I'm like, how? Like,
he's like, I already ran a marathon,
and I'm like half awake. And he's like, "No, I've been on the road for like 2 hours already, dude." But no, he was a fun dude to work with. Like he was a branch manager. I was a branch manager. So most of my interactions were him, either at meetings or at some of these happy hours. But just what you know of him now is exactly what he was then. Has not changed at all. Just a good, solid guy. Good dude.
Yeah. Well, we love B Frank. We love Jeffrey. We were B Frank, Jeffrey, Jane, Hi-Hat, Laura, Quana, Addie. We were all at Sacramento about 2 years ago. Who else? Anybody else? I already forgot. For an Adam Carolla
daughter or sister.
Quana's
friend came.
Sister. Yeah.
Friend,
I don't think it was it was just a friend.
Yeah, it was a fun time. We were at what is it? It's not. It was an Indian reserve reservation.
Thunder Valley. It was at
Thunder Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was one of the Adam Carolla Unprepared, right? Yeah.
It was his first. Yeah, it was one of the first rounds of his Unprepared.
Okay.
He had.
Yeah, it was one of his.
He was a pilot.
Jeff
Oh, yeah, the
froze.
pilot.
Oh, there he's back.
Jeff froze in like the taking a shit constipated look.
Yeah. Jeff, I forgot his name, but yeah, the pilot. He was like I don't know if one of the a pilot was the guy that was pulling Adam's ping pong balls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Jeff. So you were telling me one thing I like about Jeff is he's into a lot of the stuff that I like. Sometimes some people will post, or I'll post like a 80s song, and we'll go back and forth on 80s stuff. So I like he likes 80s stuff. I think Jeff likes a lot of synth stuff, kind of like I like. And I forgot how old you were. I just turned 40. I don't know if you can tell by all the wrinkles right here, all the the rooster feet over here. But I'm 40. But I like all that stuff, But you're kind of into what else? You're into some Bruce Lee stuff. I know there's a new series on. Is it HBO, Jeff? Yeah.
Yeah. You should watch Warrior. Okay. Who's familiar with the TV show Kung Fu with David?
Oh yeah, David Carradine. Yeah, for sure.
Bro, I couldn't get into it. Okay, and then then if you watch like his. Like the movie with Jason Scott Lee, Dragon, right? The Bruce Lee story. They're talking about how Bruce had this shot at getting this TV show, and they ended up going with Carradine.
And I know Jim Carrey's ex, Lauren Hawley, played, I think, the wife of Bruce. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, Linda, yeah. Bruce Lee's wife. Yeah.
So from what I understand, and I haven't really gotten into like reading about the nitty-gritty, but this was Bruce's his own story of the West, And when you watch on HBO Max, you can kind of realize that the main character Assam is what Kane was supposed to have been. But because this is HBO Max and it's not network TV from the 70s, they've got language, blood, gore, fighting, violence, nudity. It's got everything.
Yeah.
And it's great. And if you in the day and age of Asian stereotypes and violence and all that stuff, it's like the perfect series for the moment.
Yeah.
And Shannon Lee has been sharing on her IG that they got picked up for a third season. So I'm totally down for that. And then actually today on the Bruce Lee website, they're releasing like a 7 DVD, like 4K what do you call it? Like a reprocessed, redigitized, 4K.
Yeah.
Of all of his movies, and it's $125.
Okay.
Maybe I'll buy it, but yeah.
What would also I posted recently a like every now and then I'll watch a movie or a clip or whatever, just a little, sometimes you'll watch a movie, you post a little Instagram story or Facebook story on whatever you might be doing just to see if maybe your friends might be into it. I posted a little video on Ip Man. And I know Jeff, I've only seen the first Ip Man movie, but apparently is it the best one? It's based on an actual guy, right? He was like it was at one of the wars in I think 1940s, and it was played by Donnie Yang. I like Donnie Yang in Rogue One, the movie. I don't want to get too nerdy for some of the audience over here, like Jane over here, but Donnie Yang was in Rogue One, Star Wars movie. And any thoughts about any thoughts of Ip Man or Rogue One or that? Did you watch Rogue One, Jeff?
Of course, many times. Yeah. I actually have it on Blu-ray.
What did you? First of all, I liked his part in it. I don't know much about Donnie Yang, but I liked his part. I liked his, I am the Force. The Force is within me. I am the Force. He had this little mantra about him. So what do you think? Yeah. Any thoughts on the actor? Any thoughts on the movie or the scenes with him? Or Ip Man? Ip Man.
So I've actually watched I think there's 4 of them. Mm-hmm. And then there's a couple other. There's one called The Grandmaster, which is not Ip Man, but it's not Donnie Yen, but it's another Ip Man movie. But they're all good. But they're all essentially, kind of highlighting a particular style of kung fu called Wing Chun. There's actually a Wing Chun studio, like 2 miles from my house, and I studied there for about a year. Sick. And the master that I studied under, if you look at he's got like a family tree of instructors on his wall, and he's an Ip Man student. So I'm learning under the Ip Man umbrella of
you're legit, is what you're saying.
Style. Yeah. So Bruce Lee, from Ip Man to Bruce Lee to then Ip Man, the tree would go over, and then Eddie Chong is one of his students. So I studied under him for about a year, 2 years or so.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Since you brought up Shannon Lee, she used to host this TV show in the mid to late 90s called WMAC Masters. Did you ever watch that?
No.
Oh, Manny, is that where they it was like a fighting, kind of like a American Gladiators,
but with kung fu?
Yeah.
And what channel was it on?
That I can't remember.
UPN or something like that.
I think I caught it down here on SoCal. It was either Channel 9 or Channel 11, so Fox or KCAL 9. But dude, it was like a wrestling equivalent, but replaced wrestling with kung fu. So it was like very theatrical and shit. There was like drama behind the scenes and shit like that. There'd be like interviews with the people. And if you hosted by Shannon Lee, if you can find it on YouTube or something, go back and watch that shit. That was like a big staple of my upbringing, because like
it was cool living in LA or living down in the San Fernando Valley. One of the Taekwondo studios I used to think about going to, his dad is in all the Black Belt magazine covers, Jun Rhee. And then I was eating at a yogurt shop, and Benny the Jet Urquidez was in there getting yogurt. You're like, dude, you're Benny the Jet. You can kill anybody. And you're just here getting like a vanilla yogurt.
He's gonna kill that yogurt is what he's gonna kill.
Man. I know. But my weird connection to Shannon Lee, which actually is more of a connection to Bruce, is my dad for many, many years, always told me that he was a classmate of Bruce's from Hong Kong. So my dad and Bruce went to a Catholic school in Hong Kong. He said that Bruce would get dropped off by chauffeur, and then he would practice his kung fu, and the Catholic school father or the priest would tell him no practicing on the playground, so he'd have to do it in the bathroom. And then one year, my dad sent me an email, or he called me and says, hey, I have tickets at Will Call for the Lee Family Foundation in San Francisco. It was at the Golden Empress restaurant over there in Chinatown. And I went there to go pick up the tickets, and I said, hey, what's your name? I was like, oh, I got tickets under Jeff Lee. And they're like, looking for it. They're like, we don't see your tickets. I was like, oh, check under my dad's name, William, Bill Lee. Bill Lee. I'm like, yeah, that's my dad. They're like, follow me. So they pull me aside, and they bring this guy over in a suit, and he's like, hey, are you Bill Lee's kid? I'm like, yeah, Bill Lee's my dad. They're like, here, you got to follow me. You got to come with me. So he grabs my arm, walks me into a room, and in like a private setting, he pulls me through a crowd, and he says, Jeff, this is John Little. I'm like, hi, John Little. He goes, I'm like, you're the Lee family biographer. He goes, yeah, I'm John Little. I've done virtually every piece of research on Bruce. He says, but your dad's name comes up every so often because I have info on Seattle, I have info on LA, and I have info on Hong Kong, but I don't have a lot of info on San Francisco where Bruce had some time. He's like, but your dad is mentioned on occasion to have spent time with Bruce Lee in San Francisco. I'm like,
that's freaking awesome.
Dude, I was like, my dad used to tell me that he'd get 25 cents from my grandmother, and they would share a bowl of porridge in Chinatown. And then they had a thing where you can buy like books and stuff. And then Linda Lee Cadwell, the widow, and then Shannon would autograph it. So I bought a book, and I had Bruce's wife, widow, sign it. But my dad had written a letter. He says, hey, if you see her, can you read this? So I read the letter, and it said, dear Linda, the last time I saw you was, the summer of 1967 or 1969 or something. It was you, my wife, Lily, it was you, Bruce, and a very young Brandon at the Golden Dragon in Chinatown, LA. He says, I apologize that so many years have gone past. And she looked at, she goes, wow, we were there. And, I apologize. I don't remember a whole lot, but tell your dad, I wish him the best. And thanks for coming. I was like, oh my God, it could be legit.
That's awesome.
We're hanging out Kung Fu royalty, everybody. God damn.
I know.
No, cool. Seriously.
Pretty cool.
Well, did you ever spend any time? What about you as a young person? Did you spend time at Chinatown here in San Francisco? I'm in San Francisco. Every now and then I'll be in the area. Did you ever anything?
I mean, we go there. Like I go there for dim sum. I've visited many, many times. I worked for a guy. So here's the trippy part too. So I worked for a guy who, Japanese dude, but he was huge, like built like Arnold, just bodybuilder huge, right? But he took Wing Chun from my same instructor, from my same Sifu. And one day he says, hey, how long have you been studying Wing Chun? I was like, oh, not long, just a couple of years, He says, I should take you to San Francisco Chinatown with me. I was like, why? He says, I do underground fights. I thought,
ooh, yeah.
Really? He's like, yeah. He's like, I actually, I get he and then I found out through a local cop up here that he was actually part of a one of the triads. And so he's like, I'm gonna take you with me. He's like, don't worry. He's like,
all right, what's triad?
It's one
Chinese
of the Asian gangs.
Mafia.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yeah. But he was he's like, yeah, we'll go to Chinatown, and we literally go in the alley and go downstairs, and there's like a fighting pit.
Jeff, okay, look, when back when I was in high school, you know how back in the day, teachers could like pull your ear or something or kind of discipline you. Yeah. One of my teachers, and he was a Hispanic guy already, not that it has anything to do with it, but we had some of the Asian kids in the school, and I think we had some of the kids that were kind of maybe gang related. In the, I don't know about, we had kids that had the little, kind of the bangs, the two bangs on the forehead. Do you remember anything like that? Okay, whatever. Well, he used to call them sometimes the Jackson Street Boys. Hey, look at the Jackson Street Boys. You ever heard of those?
No.
You ever hear of that? No. Apparently they were a gang too here in San Francisco. There was the Triad. Yeah, there were the triads, and there was I think the street was Jackson Street, and obviously I've sort of looked into it back in the past, like early '80s, but I feel like
Yeah.
I'm sure organized crime is probably still a thing, but I think they probably keep it real quiet. I don't know what you think.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jeff?
So I vaguely remember a story specific to San Francisco. If you Google Shrimp Boy,
Yes, Ed was it not Ed Lee, but someone had some ties to him. Some a San Francisco politician had ties to Shrimp Boy.
Ed Lee. Yeah.
Was it Ed Lee?
Is it Shrimp Boy Chow?
Yeah, Shrimp Boy,
Raymond Shrimp Boy Chow. He's a gangster, and he had ties to Ed Lee and gun running and.
Okay, so Ed Lee was the San Francisco before Mayor London Breed, she's an African American woman who maybe 2 years ago said, I may be the San Francisco mayor, but first I'm an African American woman. I'm like, okay, what about us guys? But anyway, she before her, the mayor was Ed Lee, and he actually passed away because he had some sort of heart attack at a supermarket. I don't know if you remember that, Jeff, but he had a heart attack, I believe. He passed away. He was at a supermarket, and the person that was next in line was London Breed, and I think she was even voted in after that as well.
This is what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, about 4 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
So I remember when the accusations came out about Ed Lee. Mm-hmm. I remember I looked at my wife and I went, you know what? This is, if I had a ball brine machine, I'd do the drop, the Bruce Lee drop. You have offended me, my family, and the Shaolin Temple.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Chinese traditions are pretty honor, work hard, and it's like when he got busted for the lies and the gun running and the corruption, he's like, not one of ours. Those sting.
Okay, I'll give you guys a few lines from the Guardian from San Francisco from back in 2015. The mayor of San Francisco, Ed Lee, has been hit with allegations of corruption after attorneys from former gang member Raymond Shrimp Boy Chow argued that the mayor and other city officials have been given a pass while Chow is being prosecuted on racketeering charges arising from an FBI investigation. Chow is now the leader of Ji Kung Tong, a community organization in the city's Chinatown. Yet prosecutors claim Ji Kung Tong is a criminal enterprise involved in drug trafficking, stolen goods, and guns. Chow, who served time in federal prison, but now has since publicly denounced his life of crime, has pleaded not guilty. According to the filings by Chow's lawyers, their client is facing a selective prosecution regarding an FBI investigation that revealed illegal campaign donations allegedly made to mayoral candidates in 2011. In that year, Lee was appointed mayor when incumbent Gavin Newsom ran for deputy governor of California. Lee won the subsequent mayoral election. Anyways, so that's Shrimp Boy right there.
Yeah. So it's funny because I put a TV in my garage so I can work out and watch a movie while I'm working out. And I was watching Big Trouble in Little China.
Ooh, I love that. Kurt Russell, I love that movie.
So good. Such a great movie. Still holds up.
It does.
So.
Big Trouble in Little China, one of the inspirations for Mortal Kombat, Raiden is in that. Yeah, he's in that movie. It's definitely, like you said, Jeff, and I agree, the movie still holds up. So, and it's actually a John Carpenter movie. So if you just like John Carpenter, Christine, The Thing, so many.
Escape from New York.
Yeah, so many movies. Big Trouble in Little China. Anyways, yeah.
Nerds.
Yeah, nerds. Yeah.
Next question.
Nerd.
All right,
Yeah.
no, let's time for some news here.
Yeah, let's do this.
We'll need a diddly. All right. So good news. I get this from the humanprogress.org website, which is about how the world is just looking up and bright. So researchers at Indiana University School of Medicine have found a way to distinguish from a blood test how severe a patient's depression is. Including the risk of them developing severe depression in the future and the risk of future bipolar disorder.
Oh my gosh.
The study took place over 4 years and included more than 300 participants. Researchers tracked when the participants were in high and low moods and noted changes in their blood between the two states. The researchers looked at these biological markers in the blood and cross-referenced them with those in a different group of clinically severe people with depression or mania. Commonalities were found as a way to predict who was ill and who could become ill in the future. So these blood biomarkers, they call them, are new and emerging tools in disorders where subjective self-reporting by an individual or clinical impression of a healthcare professional is not always reliable. So it kind of opens the door for better prediction. I guess for me, like what I would wonder is what would this distinguish between people who are just generally genetically down, or so for instance, if you're going through a bad time of your life, you're like you lost your job, loss of a loved one, you're naturally going to feel down, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're genetically predisposed. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious
Hmm.
if it can distinguish between that. It doesn't quite sound clear, but still cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I like Bill Clinton said, it depends on what the meaning of down means, because I feel down sometimes.
Always taking it back to Bill Clinton, fucking Robbie over here.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, what Jordan Peterson
Yeah.
was saying, I really like his take on this about whether you should be on antidepressants or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is okay. You say you're depressed. Think,
Mhm.
how is your life? Do you have friends? Do you have
Yeah.
a job?
Yeah.
Do you have loved ones? Do you have community? Yada yada.
Yeah.
And if you have all those things, if your life is going well and you
Mhm.
feel down, then yeah, you should probably think about getting on medicine. It can really help in those cases.
Yeah.
But if you just, if your life is in shambles,
Mhm.
you're better off working on improving your life. I mean, you
Yeah.
might take something antidepressant just as like to keep you hanging on, but it shouldn't be a long-term thing.
All right, I got
Yeah.
thoughts. I got thoughts.
Yeah.
How long until Phil can sniff this out? I don't want to get all
Depression?
pokey with blood.
Phil,
Can you just smell my sweat and bark once if I'm depressed, bark twice if I'm fine?
wait, what? Phil, I'm very confused. Did I miss something?
No, we're talking about like a blood test to determine your level of depression.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, doesn't Ace always, like Crystal Brain, see ahead and figure that dogs can smell cancer or dogs can maybe smell COVID? So
Yeah.
maybe we can get to a point where Phil, the 100-pound, the 80-pound black lab, can just smell my wrist, and then Phil can bark once and maybe tell me if I'm depressed, or maybe
I
bark
think
twice.
you're onto something. I mean, I feel like
Sniffing dog.
Depression sniffing dogs. I mean, they
Yeah.
can smell drugs, they can smell cancer, they can smell COVID. Maybe they can now smell depression.
I don't see why they couldn't if it's a thing, they should be able to smell. It feels like anything that's a thing has an odor.
And I think maybe, yeah. Well,
Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I would just like to know a little bit more about it. So we'll see. Hopefully they keep looking into it. In my bad news category, Actually, I've got some video here too. So
Oh,
earlier
shit.
this month in Columbia, South Carolina, a man hijacked a school bus filled with children and tried to get the driver to take him home to the next town over. The man was an army trainee and was wielding a rifle when he hopped on the bus and began to threaten the driver. But according to the heroic bus driver, Kenneth Corbin, the hijacker became frustrated and gave up his attempt when the kids on the bus would not stop asking questions. So this is a clip here from Good Morning America.
Sounds like a movie, Robbie. Oh, your mic is off.
You're
Robbie,
muted,
you're
Robbie.
muted. You're muted.
Yeah. Okay. What I'm saying is, kids are annoying. Like, if I'm ever gonna get kidnapped, I'm bringing a kid with me. I'm gonna grab me a kid and just have the kid annoy the kidnapper.
You want some gummy bears?
Here we go.
Actually, when at the very end, the kids were the one that actually got the gentleman off of the bus, and
That's the
they
scene they're
pretty
showing
much
video.
had my back as much as my concern
Tracker.
were with them, and at the end, when they start questioning him, it seemed to have frustrated him because his main objective were to get to the next town, but in the end, I think we only rode about 4 miles, and he just got frustrated with the questions and just told me to stop the bus and just get off. All y'all get off. And that was about it.
So
Okay.
Why are you
What
taking the
on-
bus? I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Well, no, he was like
So much to unpack.
Yeah. So the reason the main reason I have this under bad news is because this guy was an army trainee and he has the worst follow through ethic ever. Like, he gave up because of a bunch of kids just
Yeah.
like pestering him. Are you kidding me?
He's not
I
cut out
think what
for
I
it.
happened
want
was
Coop
he
and Russ.
probably-
I wish Coop and Russ were
Yeah.
your
He
first
probably got on the bus and looked at the kids and says, "Hi, my name's Detective John Kimball. Who is your daddy? And what does he do?"
It was a school
And then-
bus. Like, what did he expect?
Maybe it's a tumor.
Is
It's
it a
not tumor.
vagina?
It's not a
Do you have
tumor.
a tumor? No, it's not a tumor. I need you to take me across town now. Now.
Ah, that's awesome.
Oh my
Yeah, come on,
gosh.
guy. No.
Crazy.
yeah.
What have we gotten to? There's Lyft, there's Uber. Remember when you could hitchhike?
Yeah.
But you know what? He's open carrying an AR, you know. I don't
Yeah,
know if
hard
pick him
to-
up either.
Yeah, kind of hard to hitch a lift with something like that.
Normalize hitchhiking again.
I mean,
Make America hitchhiking again.
see, this is where an atomism would come in. That's where you pull over, roll your window, and go like, dude, maintain. What the hell?
Yeah.
Dial it back a little bit. I might give you a ride. Put the gun in the bag. I'll give
I'm
you a
telling
ride
you.
the next time.
Next
4
time I
miles.
get kidnapped, I'm gonna grab me like whatever closest kid I have next to me. That way he can ask him, "Why are you wearing red shoes?" I don't know. Well, why are you? What about your why and why and why? Okay, just go. I'm done. I'm done with you. Go.
Why do you have no
Why?
hair? Why do you
Yeah.
have a rifle? Why does your t-shirt say Army?
There you
Where's
go.
my bus
Come on.
driver? Am I gonna get
Come on,
home?
Jeff. You have a kid. You're the only one here that has a kid. Don't kids like say why like in the first like 5 years? Why?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Just cuz.
It
Just cuz.
is. They are inquisitive. They are sponges. They
Yeah.
have impulses to learn and
Yeah.
find out what it is that they're seeing and answer the questions. They're great. They're great. But yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't want to deal with it, why hijack a school bus?
Yeah, they're great. Just a little annoying.
I mean, it's only 4 miles. You hump that stuff during PT. Like just
Yeah.
just get into your chant.
So patient.
You know, I want to be an airborne ranger
Yeah.
and
Well,
just
like-
run it.
Okay, so he was a veteran, right, Jane?
No, he's an army trainee. He's 23
Oh.
years old.
Oh, trainee, 23.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
I miss
Yeah.
Arlie Ermy. Arlie Ermy, you're right behind him. You're gonna run that 4 miles, maggot.
Yeah, listen, I don't care if there's 12, 13 kids in this bus, but you're going to take this bus down to, Tijuana. You're going to take this bus right now, little, maggot. I don't care if there's 15, 20 kids. Yeah, you're going to take this bus. Yeah, come on, trainee.
This guy is
Private.
not
JV.
cut out for the army.
No,
where's
if you-
Baldy's drop. Have you
Come-
lost your damn mind?
Come on, trainee. If you can't handle 13, 20 kids, really, dude, you're not gonna have to. You can't handle 20 insurgents. Come on,
This would
13
make
annoying
a great
kids.
movie.
Yeah.
Guy hijacks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the very end
It's a
of Dirty
comedy.
Harry. Scorpio hijacks a school bus and Dirty Harry has to track him down and kill him.
Oh, I thought
there-
I was gonna suggest it be like an Adam Sandler movie. I could just picture him being the annoyed hijacker.
Yeah.
Totally.
Hey, kids. Hey, why don't you sit in the back?
Like,
Yeah.
it's like he just like this hijacker that is used to everything going really smoothly.
Yeah.
It's like everything in life was handed to him, and suddenly he has to like hijack.
Yeah.
Right?
Mama
Dealing with all
said,
this like chaos
Mama
coming
said-
at him.
Mama said that you kids would not say anything. Mama said, yeah, that's from that, Bobby Shoot.
Excuse me, are we being hijacked by the water boy, sir?
Yeah. Mama said that you guys wouldn't say anything. Yeah, that's the water boy. There you go. I don't know. Sorry, trainee. You're not gonna cut it out. No
No.
insurgents from you. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's very concerning.
Yeah.
Very concerning for the army, but
Mhm.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Coop
Yeah.
did say he's liked his experience with millennials, so he's had good experiences. So that's good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I worry about the future.
Yeah.
When we're the oldest generation, everyone younger is going to be like an internet generation.
Yeah. They're all
We're
gonna have
not gonna
sex
have any
tapes
of
out
those-
there.
We're not going to be old school lifestyle people
Yeah.
around anymore. It's going to be strange.
My tip for anybody being kidnapped, especially the women out there, if you ever get kidnapped, just stay super quiet. That way the kidnapper will say, "Why are you so quiet?" And then you're gonna be like, "I don't know. Why are you so quiet? I don't know. I'm asking you. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat?" And then just like, you know what? I'm gonna let you
Then
go.
suddenly you're married.
And then you're married. Yeah, there you're married. Okay. And then she's gonna say, "What are we?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know what we are." And then she's gonna say, and then I'm gonna say, like, "I guess we're what we are. I guess." I never asked you to be my girlfriend, but okay. Anyways, what were we talking about again?
Hijack situation.
We're not talking about my relationships. Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think
Oh,
pedantics is
Yeah.
something you want to get into when you're being held hostage.
Yeah.
Jane, next story.
That's all. That's good news, bad news.
Good news, bad news. Okay.
Jane's
All
news,
right.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
So why don't we wrap this up and we can hang out for the after party on YouTube for those who are still online. So Jeff, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun. We touched on a lot of topics. You have a lot
Absolutely,
of
we did.
All over
interest.
the map.
I'm impressed.
I got to be like Clubber Lang from Rocky 2.
Yeah.
Got a lot of more. Got a lot of more.
Like,
Rocky
tell
3.
us-
I've been trying to get Jeff on the podcast for maybe 2 years now. I think last time I contacted him was maybe 2 years ago. So like I said, I like Jeff a lot. He's a cool dude. I think
I'm
he's
elusive.
he's a few years older than me, but I think we like a lot of the same stuff. Like I said, a lot of the same music, a lot of the same movies. And like Jeff said, Big Trouble in Little China. I want to get in the inside of Chinatown one of these days. Literally, like go like undercover,
Down.
right? Hey Jeff, we
Dude.
got to go undercover to Chinatown one of these days, and maybe
I think Jeff needs to do that
Yeah.
on his own.
Oh, okay.
Robbie, I don't know if you would.
I don't. You don't think I can pass as maybe a triad or something like that?
Let's not get too enthusiastic there, Rob.
All I know is all you see from Chinatown is like the main drag. I don't even know what street it is. I just know that like Sacramento Street is
Yeah.
over there by the Empress, and then it crosses the main drag into Chinatown. But I know that there's like a lot of alleys that shoot off of those streets, and
Yeah.
it's in those alleys where I think a lot of stuff goes down.
Would
I'm
you
totally
say, true or not true, Jeff? can you find if I wanted to find something illegal and maybe I can go to a shop and be like, hey, can you find me like a, wink wink not this,
Say no more,
illegal.
say no more.
Yeah, yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, are you a cop? I'm like, no. And they'll be like, okay, come right this little alley or this secret door. Right? No,
What? Every culture has the back room deal.
Right? There you go.
Every culture. And my people
Yeah.
are no different.
Yeah.
So it's just about, as the common saying goes, it's not about what you know, it's
Yeah.
who you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know people, but
Yeah.
in my case, just looking the way I do, like I can walk. Okay, quick story.
Yeah.
Local Chinese restaurant. We pulled up with my grandparents when they were still alive to take them out to dinner. My wife, who is Irish, walked in with my grandparents to get a table. I went to go park the car. And then when I walked in, my wife's like, this is like a different menu. What the hell? I go, yeah, this is a different menu. So I waved down the waitress and I said, hey, this is not the right menu. She did like one of these. She like looked at me, looked at her, looked at me, looked at her. She goes, and she says, you're right. I'll be right back. She took all the big menus, went back to the front of the restaurant, and then pulled where the menus sit in like a little cubby. It's probably about this tall. At the height of the cubby was another set of little pink menus. She pulled out 4 of those and brought those out. And the prices were slightly different. And the menu is on paper versus the big leather things. And I said, this is the menu. And it has like a family dinner where you could feed like a family of 4 for like $40. And it comes with like soup and fried shrimp and chow mein and like 4 other dishes. And or it might be like $40 or $50, but it's a different menu.
Yeah.
For me, and my wife, who's Irish, got the regular round eye menu.
Yeah, Jeff, because your wife is the blue-eyed devil. Let's just come on.
She is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually not the first time. There's another one in Midtown where we're eating there, and the menu price. My aunt's looking at it, and it says in Chinese, it says roasted duck.
Yeah.
Is I don't know $14 or something, but there's a pink sliver of paper on the wall written in Chinese letters, and it says duck is like $9. And she says, she asked in Chinese, she goes, well, what price do we get? Do we get this price? And the lady goes, oh, no, you get that price. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's crazy.
Before we go real quick,
there.
before we go,
take this offline.
I want your thoughts on this. Do you remember this, Jeff? You remember how there was a comedian, Shane Gillis, a couple of years ago. He was about to be one of the new members of Saturday Night Live, but he was on a podcast where he did like some Asian impressions that were a little insensitive, and to be honest with you, not to be too like, hey, look, I'm one of you guys, but I don't think there was any reason for him to. I don't know. I don't know how. Do you remember him, Jeff?
I remember the situation. I don't know what the joke was.
Yeah.
And I think I remember I listened to the joke and I went,
right.
It's kind of like
a little kind of. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I'd have to hear the joke again, but I remember I did kind of seek it out, and I said, look, if this dude's gonna get cut, I'd want to make sure it was like a legitimate cut. Like, is it like a Michael Richards kind of comedic offense where, yes, you're on stage, yes, you're a comedian, yes, you're dropping your anecdotes and your jokes, but Michael Richards kind of went over that line, and in the same way of Tony Hinchcliffe, I listened to
Tony Hinchcliffe just happened maybe a few days ago,
last week, right? Peng Dang, right, throws out this kind of out of context piece of Hinchcliffe's delivery, which now that I hear about it, it was kind of a retort to kind of be the opposite of Peng's set. So I'm not cool if we kind of canceled that dude. That I've said it before in the Facebook group. Like, someone said, "Hey, was anyone else offended about Ace's bagging on Appleton?" And I said, "Look, if you're going to go to a comedy show, it might be a little uncomfortable, but it is a comedy show.
Yeah,
and they're supposed to be somewhat offensive. And don't sit in the front row. I made the mistake doing that, and I'll never do it again." So
might not be used to people in the Midwest are way more sensitive about their stuff, their towns, than like in LA. You can shit on anywhere in LA and no one
but then did you guys think that Ace got a little hardcore on Appleton? He was ragging on him for something, cheese or something.
I thought it was a little over the line, personally.
A little bit, yeah. All I know is
He's from LA, guys.
there's kind of there's this little area where you can operate as a comedian. I kind of believe in that. But the Shane Gillis, like I think I remember listening to his bit, and even I went, it's not so funny as it is more. There's something about eating. I don't know. It might have been about eating dog or.
I think he did like the whole, fly wise, that sort of thing. I don't know. Yeah. It's like, dude, I don't know.
I mean, I did have a teacher in high school. She was talking about she had grown up as a Nazi youth during World War II. She was actually a Hitler Youth. She had a knife and stuff, and she was talking about her experience as Hitler Youth. And then she came over to America, and she says, "You know what? I wonder if my experience is in any way similar to like the boat people." And I sat there, and she goes, "Jeff, did your parents go through that?" I'm like, "What?" Yeah. And everyone in the room looked at me. I was like, "I don't know. My parents like flew over, right?"
Yeah.
They're like, "I know, but what was your experience like on a boat?" I'm like, "I was born here."
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you're talking about. So people, but then after class, people are like, "Dude, she called you a boat person?" I was like, I mean, look, I'm not gonna cancel her. Like it's one of those things. You can set them straight. I just walked away. I'm like, "Oh, she's stupid. She's old."
No, I think I agree with you, Jeff. Sometimes, dude, like so much canceling right now. Sometimes people may not. Let's say someone grew up in Nebraska. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they've never met. Like I remember listening to an interview from the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan, which I love. And actually, they paid a lot of respect to a lot of the Wu-Tang films and stuff like that. Right? Yeah. I remember the RZA, Robert Diggs. He goes, "Dude, when I was young, I never knew what a Samoan was." And then someone said something about Samoa, and then then I heard what Samoa was. And sometimes if they're from like Maine or Nebraska or West Virginia, they may not know so sometimes you just have to say,
like
"Hey,
Adam
look."
says he thought it was a Girl Scout cookie.
Mm-hmm.
He thought a Samoan was a Girl Scout cookie.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, real quick, do you have any favorite Asian comedians, Jeff, at all? Or
dude, Ali Wong, Ali Wong stand up, her first one, lethal. And then Joe Coy coming in hot was pretty good.
Cool.
I did watch Ronnie Chang. Ronnie Chang was pretty funny. And then the dude from Silicon Valley, I can't remember his name, but I watched his.
Is it Jimmy O
Yang?
Jimmy O Yang.
Yeah, he was pretty funny. But I tell you, out of the bunch, Ali Wong was just dirty and, like, just hit you. You're like, dude, that was good. Like, that was really good.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, I think I've already mentioned it. I worked in the same building as she does. Or she did. I met her before she,
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And then I think we talked that like she and Randall Park were like buddies at UCLA Theater, which
they went to
Hello, I was on campus, and I keep telling my wife, I'm like, "Hey, babe, can you imagine if I was like, if me and Randall Park like swapped, and I became the agent in the Marvel, Marvel Cineverse, and I was the dad from Fresh Off the Boat. Like, can you imagine?" She's like, "Nah." It's like,
Yeah. There exactly. No, Randall Park. He looks like he has a good future ahead of him right now. I think I don't know if he was like did comedy, right? But as far as acting, he's good.
A friend of mine brought it up that they should spin off his character from Marvel from the WandaVision, and he and somebody else should be like a Scully and Mulder, and they should do like an X-Files type of a Avengers, or not Avengers, but a Marvel's universe type of sitcom or series.
I agree. He's like your everyday guy. Like put aside the whole Asian thing, no race, no nothing. Randall Park is like your everyday guy. He's your normal dude. So that's always good. As far as racial stuff is like, you want to get to the point where you don't see a person as a white person, as a black person, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. You see him as just a normal. Hey, look, he's just a 35-year-old dude, and I think that's
person.
Randall Park. And obviously, he's got the background, which is good. And real quick, another guy that I like a lot. If you guys haven't heard him, I like is he's a mixed guy. He's a mixed biracial guy. KT Takara. KT Takara. So he's a biracial, a white and I think Japanese guy, KT Takara. He's a funny dude. So whoever's listening, check him out. Go on YouTube. You'll like him. He does a lot of all that stuff. So.
Oh, you know, there
KT
used to be a Chinese comedian that would wear cowboy boots, and he was from Texas.
Oh, I feel like I've seen him.
And he had like back it was back in the 90s, so he had like a little bit of a mullet, he had longer hair.
Okay.
But he always kind of talked with a southern drawl.
Yeah.
Talk about being I'm from Texas.
Yeah. Okay.
Looked like this.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he was fun.
Cool. Awesome. All right. Cool. So yeah, Ali Wong and Randall Park and all those people. So I don't know if Jane.
I think we need to wrap it up. Yeah. No, I'm gonna save. I should have been clear. I was gonna save that for next time.
Yeah.
Because we really need to start keeping these like.
Bring it home, Jane.
Yeah.
What? But good. Thank you, Jeff, for joining us today. This was cool. Had a lot of topics. Yeah.
Had a great time hanging with you.
Everyone, check out. I like did the intro, but Chris isn't here. I forgot about the outro. I would check out Endless Ranters on all social media, and then we'll be doing our happy hour Zoom, Endless Ranters happy hours on Friday. I assume we'll start at 8 Central,
6 p.m. Pacific.
Yep.
I'll do real quick social media. Again, I said it in the beginning of the show, but Endless Ranters podcast on Instagram. Twitter is Endless Ranters. For our man, Mole Man, is How We Figure on Instagram and Twitter. Robbie Spotlight, check it out on Instagram and Facebook. And on Facebook, if you want to join the conversation, go check out, search the Endless Ranchers podcast group on Facebook, the Endless Ranchers podcast group. Check us out. And like I said, Instagram, Endless Ranchers podcast. And of course, Jane, we're gonna do like an account for her, Whiskey Jane, one of these days. So we got to work on that. Yeah.
I don't know if I need that. I've got enough social media.
Yeah.
I can't handle too much, but.
Cool. And again, Chris was out today, but hopefully we'll see him next time. He's a little busy right now. Banging some hot librarians or something. But we'll see him next time.
Yep.
Did you sell his Doomy decimal system?
I'm not a smart guy, so I don't know what a decimal system is, but
after dark, yeah, it is. It changes to the Doomy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Thanks, everyone. Take care. Mahalo.
All right. That is Jane. That is Manny. And this is Rob and Jeff. Mahalo, everybody. Yep.
All right. So we're still going on YouTube.
Fucking hungry, man.
I am too. I might cook up another steak.
Hell yeah.
Jeff, you eat dinner yet?
I did. So my schedule's really kind of silly. I work from home. I work for a supervisor that's out of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So I've opted to shift my schedule to start at 5 a.m. So I'm off at 2. So I eat. My lunch break is at 9. So I'm eating like eggs, a couple of eggs at 9, and then my wife comes home. She's a teacher, so she comes home around 2:30, and we eat at like 4 o'clock.
Nice.
And so now I'm thinking, dude, it's 8. My normal clock right now is saying, dude, grab some chips.
This is like bedtime for you.
This is kind of bedtime, but I'm a late night snacker. I'm trying to do the Vinny thing and lose a couple of pounds, but instead of eating chips, I was eating some pork skins and
stuff.
Oh yeah,
but,
dude. Jeff, your pork skins. Are you doing the whole Vinny thing? You're doing NSNG, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's working. So if you can, dude, it's so hard. My wife came home today with a pink box because she's a teacher.
Yeah, she did.
fucking parents buy her donuts,
Yeah.
you know, so she came home
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like 5 leftover donuts. And I see them, I'm like, no way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm trying
yeah.
just like, I've got macadamia nuts, I've got some jerky, I've got other stuff that I
Yeah.
can nibble on. But
Cold cuts.
Yeah, I work at an office building, and every now and then the tenants of the building that some of the employees will say, "Hey, you know, I brought some donuts. You want some?" It's like, you know, you have to just say, "Thanks, I appreciate." You know, you want to not offend and say thanks, but no thanks.
Thanks,
You
but
know,
no thanks.
yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jane would also disagree with me on this, but I will like a couple days on Monday. I bought a vegan blueberry muffin. So I took one bite on Monday. I took one bite yesterday, and then I took one bite today. And I'll probably
That tells
take
me
another
it's
bite.
not very good.
It's probably not good, but I'm taking one bite per day, and hopefully by Friday I'll finish it.
But are you trying to like? Is it taste good?
I like it. It tastes good. Yeah.
what
But
is
I'm
it
taking
again?
one bite per day. One bite.
A bite
I
of
don't know.
what?
I'm
Blueberry
taking one
muffin.
bite per day from the muffin.
It's a
Oh,
vegan blueberry muffin.
Vegan blueberry muffin. Yeah. You know, they
does
give
it
you
taste
this.
good?
It tastes good. Yeah. But I'm doing one bite, just one per day.
But why vegan? Why don't you just go for the real thing?
The only
Yeah.
reason I'm
What's
doing
vegan about it?
Listen
the only
to her.
the only reason is I don't know how Jane probably might know more about this, but they give you the cafe that I go, the coffee shop, they give you the calories on there, and it's the less caloried.
Okay, but the ingredients in there are shit.
Yeah. Oh, it's sugar. Yeah, sure.
It's sugar. It's still sugar,
Grain.
and you're getting fake
Yeah.
flour, fake whatever
Yeah.
ingredients
What
to make
about
it vegan.
one bite?
Okay, but why
If
don't you
you're
just get the real?
just-
No, you're better off getting the real
A
thing.
regular.
Just
Really?
get the
muffin.
regular. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
The vegan stuff is just like these like it's they take pea protein, right, and
Yeah.
they throw it together with chemicals to make it vegan.
it's processed crap.
It's processed pea proteins.
It's
Yeah,
so
and actually,
bad.
that's funny. I am so into the Corollaverse of podcasts between Easy Listening, Lady Lackeys, Water Cooler, Ace and
Which
Drew.
one's Easy
Oh my
Listening?
God. So bad.
That's,
So,
that's
but
Gina and Teresa.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. Totally
they brought it up that they're talking about NSNG
Yeah.
and how that that documentary about vegans and athletes
Oh,
essentially was sponsored by James Cameron.
oh yeah,
But it
I
also
forgot the name
turns
of it.
out
Right?
that
Yeah.
James Cameron he has a ton of money invested in pea
Yes.
protein companies.
Yes.
So that's why there's kind of like this onslaught of pea protein. And then Vinny came on and said, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit. Oh, not bullshit, but it's a bunch of kind of like they're really kind of pushing this on you because of the investment they've made in that type of food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my wife's
Okay.
all into like the Impossible Burger. I'm like,
Oh.
I'm just gonna eat a regular burger. Just
Yeah.
give me a
Oh, no.
regular chuck
Well,
burger.
Yeah, look, the regular burger is, I think, NSNG keto Vinny approved, right? Because it's meat, and don't give me, yeah, for sure, that I know. Like today, I almost after work, real quick before this, I was this close to having a burger, a lettuce burger, but I always feel hungry after that lettuce burger, and I know part of it has to do with a little sacrifice. I don't know, maybe feeling hungry before I go to sleep, you know, feeling hungry. I don't know, but I'll do it. I did it some time ago, about a year ago.
It's
I lost
funny.
maybe 10 pounds, maybe.
Because last night for dinner we went to In-N-Out and I ended up getting a double animal or protein style.
Protein, yeah.
But afterwards, I'm always hungry, so I'm gonna step it up and either do a 3x3 or a
3x3 is the way to
4x4.
go.
Get more protein in.
Yeah.
and I won't be as hungry.
Hold on. What is 3x3?
Three patties, 3 slices of cheese.
If you say that at that, they'll give it to you.
Secret menu, yeah, because you get a double, which is 2 patties, 2 cheese. You tell them 3x3
Yeah.
4x4.
or the
etc.
4x4.
Oh,
It's 4
nice.
patties, 4 cheese.
That's awesome. Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I get it animal style and protein style.
Fucking
Okay.
animal over here.
Animal's got the grilled onions and the mustard, and
I was saying you're an animal.
Yeah. Well, the animal with whatever ingredients it has, that's not good,
So-
right? It doesn't have any.
I mean, so the animal style has the like that the secret sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You got the sugar in that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
technically, according to the Vinny group on Facebook, I don't know. Are you guys anybody in that group? I'm in
No.
it.
I'm in it. I just
They're
don't really
hardcore.
participate.
Those people are hardcore.
Jeff, all that I know every time there's a new person and they're like, hey, I got a
They
question.
fucking they,
They're like, hey, check the PDF. And then what's his name? Craig William.
Craig William.
Oh, check
in
the
our group,
PDF, douchebag.
They crush souls in that
Yeah.
group.
Really?
It is
Yeah.
so. I mean, it's essentially a tough love group, but the bar to entrance is like the expectations are somewhat unfair,
Sounds
somewhat kind
cultish.
of. It's very
Cultish, yeah,
cultish.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people walk in and say, hey, actually, it's a couple, like a guy came in today and says, hey, I've been considering this way of eating for a couple of weeks. I'm going to start today. Like, what should I know? And the first comment was, bro, be prepared. And so then like the third comment down was like, I'm waiting for the wave to hit. And it's like, it's kind of rough. So
Like
I don't
your bowels, right?
know. It's like, you should, like, if you're in the group, you should know. And the questions
Oh,
you're
I
going to
see.
ask, most of
Yeah,
the questions
it's
are pretty
pretty
stupid
easy.
and they've already been
Yeah.
addressed in the PDF and you should have read it. But people will still ask questions and they just get lit up. Like, it's kind of unfair.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of uncomfortable to read it.
My,
people say,
I'm in,
Yeah,
I'm in
they
a
lose.
carnivore group, which is even more hardcore than Vinny's diet.
Yeah. I'm in
I think people are
Vinny's
pretty
group and then I'm in
helpful.
a Dr. Jason Fung. I have his book. It's called The Obesity Code. It's
Okay.
essentially taking Vinny's thought process about eating whole foods and staying away from sugars and grains. And then Dr. Fung's approach is certain foods like grains and sugars and starches can affect your body's hormone production and create and get your body to create insulin that makes you fat. So stay away from sugars and grains. But he's okay with like fruits, in low doses or moderation. And Vinny's like, nah, no, like.
I think Vinny allows I thought fruits were like berries are okay.
Vinny's cool with berries, but some of these people are like,
Yeah.
oh, I had like if I went into Vinny's group saying I had a persimmon, people are like, dude, you're high. Like that's so
Oh.
much sugar. Like don't eat half a grapefruit. It's just too much juice.
Yeah.
Eat blueberries and strawberries. And someone posted a picture of their plate, and like their fruit plate was quadrants of blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and something else. And someone said, your fruit plate is like 4 times bigger than what needs to be. Take off the apples, get rid of the strawberries, eat the blueberries and the raspberries, but half of it. And most of it's pretty supportive. But yeah, Craig Williams will get in there and talk a ton of shit.
Yeah.
And there's a couple others that it's like there's no grace period. Like you just come in, ask a question, they will just smack you. And
That's so funny. Okay.
but that's just Facebook, right? The Facebook's gotten to that
Oh,
point
yeah.
where
yeah.
In a way, I don't think they do it to give you a hard time. It's like, okay, the Ace Host group. Whenever someone new comes on, they're like, "Hey guys, thanks for the invite," and we're all like, "Oh, good luck." So
it's like the guy that said, "Hey, am I right or is Ace right when he spelled it WRIGH?" I'm like Orville and Wilbur.
I was gonna say
I
the
throw
Wright
it out
brothers.
too. I'm a spelling. I'm OCD for like spelling and stuff. So if I see it, if you don't fix it, I'm gonna call
Yeah.
you out on it.
And there's
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
every once in a while there's like that newbie who thinks they can talk directly to Adam in the group. They think
Oh,
Adam is in there.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, I was thinking about sending you this. Hey, Adam. Oh, thanks. And some of us are like, okay,
are my
cool,
favorite.
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of Adam, I did find it odd that I got I saw the hey, Lynette's gonna be in Vegas on the 29th. Gonna get some 818.
Are you gonna be in the area? Can you make it?
No, but I'm not gonna be in Vegas for a while. But I just thought I had to think back of the dynamic of getting a divorce, and you're kind of like co-chairs of separate divisions within
for
the same
sure.
company.
Yeah, they're gonna
Trying
have
to think
to,
of dynamic.
and I'm sure they've maybe the past few months or year. I don't know how long exactly it's been, but they're gonna have to kind of learn how to coexist, right? What do you
Yeah.
what do you think, Jane? Like she's got the whole curl of
Yeah.
drinks, and he's got the digital, the
Same.
podcast. Yeah,
He said on the show, like for now, it's he's like, yeah, we'll keep going the same way.
yeah,
Seems like there's no talk to change. It might have all on its own to go a different direction, but
yeah.
I mean,
I
I don't
was
think it's in the immediate future.
I was just talking to Emmy a couple days ago, and I was like, man, I see her. Like I'll see Ace, and I'll be like, oh, hey, Adam, what's up? Hey, hey, hey. But when I see Lynette, to me, I see her more of a like celebrity. Oh, maybe because Lynette.
She's more behind the scenes. That's why
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
like
see her
Goo
as
Goo
often.
Gaga over her. I don't know. Yeah. So, but whoever's like still watching or listening, like literally, like I feel like whenever we've gone to events and Lynette's there, she's always super cool. She's like
Love her.
awesome. And I think I know Jeff. I think Jeff, you're team Gina, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd hate to rank them, but
Shit,
she's the
yeah.
current. I love
Okay.
her.
All right, cool.
Yeah. She's
I will.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. I know when Gina, whenever she goes to these live events, I don't know how she is outside of her whatever, but live events, she knows what she's there for. She's cool with the fans. She's cool with everybody. She'll talk to you. She'll be cool with you. So I do appreciate that. She'll hang out and she'll say what's up and she'll chat it up with you. So I do appreciate that about Gina.
Do you guys remember my family got her to cameo for my birthday last year?
Yeah.
It was outstanding. And
I
they
remember.
did the video. They had Gina's first. So when I was watching, they set up, it was COVID year. So my son set up the TV to his laptop and he goes, you ready? I'm like, yeah. And he pressed play and he goes, hey, Jeff, happy birthday. I'm like, what? Like I just stared at the TV. I'm like, it's Gina Grant. It was amazing. It was so great.
Yeah. Shoot. That is something that I should have mentioned that on the show. How Gina was, she did a cameo for you. My birthday is the same day as her birthday, and I was this close to even requesting a cameo from her. I don't know, I thought it'd be kind of, I was like, that's kind of pathetic. Me, hey, can you get me a cameo from Gina? Like, or can you get me a cameo from like He-Man or something, or whoever, like G.I. Joe? It's something that you probably don't ask for, but yeah.
Yeah, so they just knew. So my wife and kid knew because I literally talk about the pod at least once a week, and especially with easy listening. I don't know if you guys listen to it, but it's a really easy 30, 45-minute pod to listen to. And I like it because you get Gina a little more of a free flow. And then T she's got it, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm always talking about it. So they got her, and then I had binged Curb Your Enthusiasm last year, and I don't know if you guys have watched that show with Larry David. That is a fantastic show.
I'm a big Seinfeld guy, but I've never watched it.
Yeah, so I've never really watched Seinfeld, and I've been told that Seinfeld and Curb are essentially the same show, just because Curb is on HBO, there's more language, there's a little more blue kind of mixed in that you wouldn't have on network. But I binged it because of Jeff Garlin. He's like, oh yeah, season 10's coming out. And because that episode killed me, I watched season 10 within a week. And then I went back to 1 and I did 1 through 9. And we still will go back and forth watching it again. They were going to get Jeff's wife, Susie, on the show to do my cameo. But she charges $3.25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, serious bucks. And my wife's like, or $300. She's like, it was a little too rich for our blood. I'm like, I totally get it. Don't worry about it. Because her thing is, so obviously Jeff Garlin on Curb, his name's Jeff. And her thing in the show is she's like, Jeff, you fat fuck, all the time. And I said, that would be a great ringtone.
Yeah.
I don't know for who, but.
Oh, yeah, because you're Jeff.
Yeah, to have her yell at me for my birthday. Listen, Jeff, I know it's your birthday, you fat, whatever. But then she's like, dude, that her price is like crazy money.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, Gina, she's like, I thought she would be a lot more, but no. And she's like, and she killed it. Like, her birthday message was on point.
Yeah.
It was great.
I think you posted it, which was pretty awesome. I remember
posted a picture of it.
Right? Oh, you didn't post a video?
Yeah, it was a picture. Yeah, because it's a good, 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes.
Okay, cool.
And she's like, I know you're into rollerblading. I know you're into Bruce Lee. I know you're into Mustangs. All the stuff.
That's awesome.
And anyway, she's like, well, us here at Corolla, we love you. Adam, all that stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But she's great.
Well, that's awesome, man. Hopefully one of these days you can make it to like one of the Corolla events. Or
I want to. I guess this next one is
family barbecue, man. Come down.
Coming up. Yeah, I missed the shot for that because I didn't want to buy a year's worth of booze. For Corolla drinks. I don't know. I think I still have an old bottle of Mangria. That stuff just hits too hard.
Oh,
I can't.
You kind of cut it with some mineral water. That shit'll do the trick. I actually have a question about the rollerblading. Did you do like aggressive inline, or were you just a dude on the beach?
No. So you're familiar with Southern Cal, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I lived in Brentwood, right next to the VA hospital. So I actually would skate at the VA quite a bit, just kind of skating around the complex.
Yeah.
But once or twice, I actually went from my apartment down San Vicente, down to Ocean Boulevard, across PCH onto the bike path in Santa Monica, go through Santa Monica, past the pier, go into Venice, come off at Washington Boulevard, go down Washington Boulevard, then I pick up the bike path again and head into Playa del Rey and take the canal and take that all the way down to Dockweiler, and then go along the bike path in front of Dockweiler where LAX takes off. And I would end up in either Manhattan, Redondo, or Hermosa Beach at the pier. And then I'd get like a hot dog and a Coke or pizza and a Coke, and then I'd turn around and skate back. I did a lot of distance. And then up here, I do, if you've watched the Olympics with like Apollo Ono.
Yeah.
What I did up here is there's an inline team that does short track speed skating.
Okay.
So it's like 100-meter track, and you're doing 20 miles an hour, just in a 100-mile or 100-meter lap.
Yeah.
And I did a Napa marathon. I did a half marathon, 13 miles in an hour. But by my house, I've got a bike path, and I usually do between 4, 8, or 12 miles at a session. I can do it. I do about a 5 to 6 minute mile. I just do that.
Okay.
But I'm not aggressive. It's weird. I've never done aggressive. I never got into aggressive.
Oh, okay.
I picked it up because I blew my knee out skiing.
Oh shit!
Like my very first time skiing,
Were you in a race? Someone challenge you?
No, I literally I took a half-day lesson, and then my buddy took me up the mountain the next day on a Blue Diamond, and it was an icy mogul run, and I went about halfway down, and I couldn't do it, so then I took off my boots and I walked down. I said, fuck it, I'm tired. I'm going to ski to the next lift. So I put my boots back into the skis, and I went down to this bunny run to get to the chair, and I fucking caught an edge, and I went down, but my bindings didn't release. So one leg pivoted out, and my other knee just twisted and popped.
Oh.
And I had to have like a reconstructive knee surgery. And then I thought the next year, I was like, how do I rehab my knee? I don't know how to. This is late 80s, early 90s. I don't know how to rehab. And I happened to just watch a video on rollerblading. I thought, yeah, that looks like skiing. I'm going to give that a shot. And I got in, and I've loved it ever since. I mean, speed is another thing too.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Out in the open, I'm doing average like 12 miles an hour, 10 to 12, with a peak of 15 to 17. Indoors, you're probably closer to like 20 because it's smooth and it's just super fast. So
sounds like fun. Right on.
It's fun. But yeah, I wish I got into aggressive. That wasn't my calling. I just love the speed. So
I don't know. I couldn't really differentiate with tricks when it came to aggressive inline. Like I caught some of it on TV, like X Games and shit. And I was just
those guys are nuts. I mean, I've watched my fair share of it just because it's skating, and anything, 8 wheels is great. But
you remember that movie with Noah Wyle? It was a rollerblading movie.
No, I don't.
I think it was called Airborne. You don't remember?
Yeah, the dude from ER. I don't know. He
Oh
makes
shoot!
it.
No. Sorry, no, not Noah. What's that redheaded guy from the the cartoon? Airborne movie. I'll tell you right now. Okay, it is with crap. What's his name? That redheaded guy. Oh, Seth Green. Seth Green.
Okay.
Okay, I'll show you the. This is
Robot
the.
Chicken.
This guy. This
Oh
is
my
the
god.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, never
Airborne.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a movie poster of its time right there, man.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
There
Hey
you
guys,
go.
I'm gonna take off, eat some dinner. Late
All right,
dinner.
Jane.
All right,
It's fine.
Jane.
Good seeing you,
Have
Jane.
fun.
Take it
Have a
We'll
easy,
see you again at the
Jane.
happy hour.
Oh
maybe.
wait, I gotta make someone else the host so you guys don't get
Uh-oh.
Make me the host.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've been the host.
Hey man, I like your Van Nuys shirt. What's that all about?
It's from a local brewery called McLeod's. It's a brewery I used to hit up with some friends. We'd go play trivia over there. And this was one of the prizes I won one night
Where is it in Van Nuys?
off of Van Nuys Boulevard.
Van Nuys Boulevard? Okay.
Yeah, it's down. Well, actually, you haven't been there in a while, but it's like off the car dealer row.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget the fucking name of the side street, but you go down there.
Burbank,
No,
Oxnard, Hatteras.
it's
I
right
actually sent a DM to Meg from Lady Lackeys because
And
on
here's a
one of her
little-
episodes.
little token I won from the place too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you take
It's called McLeod Brewery.
Yeah. I also won a fucking a hat from there too. It's just tucked away somewhere. But also the trivia name, Coney 2012. Fucking shout out to those fucking lovely people. I miss y'all. Hopefully we get to play trivia soon sometime.
Coney, does that come from that one, scam?
Absolutely, yeah. And the reason why the name is stuck is just it always gets a laugh whenever the trivia host says it over the intercom, over
Coney.
the speakers. Yeah. Or you just hear someone like off in the distance, like, hey, this is kind of like you just did right now.
Yeah, I remember Coney.
Yeah.
Was
Hey,
he
Jeff.
Nigerian? Yeah.
No, he was yeah. But the dude that tried to get the whole thing going was the dude from San Diego or whatever.
shoot.
So white dude or whatever. Is he still
Yeah.
there? Did the screen freeze? I can't tell.
Oh,
here.
there he goes.
Oh, okay.
I was just looking down.
For sure.
So I have property. So that's off of Kester,
There we go. Kester
And-
and
Delano,
yeah.
and I have a piece of property over off of Hazeltine and Hatteras.
Oh, really? Now, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
and
familiar with that.
Megan Elizabeth was talking about how her apartment's really janky. I was like,
It
yeah,
is, dude. I dropped her off. I know the area very well because some friends I used to collaborate on another podcast. He lives near her, and that whole area is just dicey as fuck.
yeah. And I don't
man.
know specifically, but I have we're doing some rehabs on a couple units in an apartment that I oversee, and I sent her a text. I'm like, hey, I don't know if you're moving out. You said you had like 2 months left, but I don't know what you're looking for, but I've got a studio that's opening up in June,
Uh-huh.
May or June. And she's like, no, I'm heading to Long Beach. I'm out of this joint. So I don't blame you.
She's over the
Yeah.
valley. I feel that.
Yeah. I mean,
It's going to be a
Or-
hell of a commute for her now because she's in the total opposite direction from Corolla
Long Beach to
Digital.
Glendale or Burbank,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Maybe she could huff it up on the train. That'd be the easiest route.
Well, and that's why I threw it out there as an option. Like, not that I'm trying to throw any bones out, but I just know
Yeah.
if you're in Van Nuys and if the commute works, at least maybe this option is a little bit less dicey.
Yeah.
But yeah, but SoCal in general is just, there's a weird something going on.
No doubt.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I know from really SoCal, like LA, was what is it called? Skid Row.
Yes,
That's-
that's what everyone
Right?
remembers LA for is Skid Row.
I only know Skid Row because I was watching that documentary, the girl that was drowned in the water tower at the hotel.
Yeah.
the Cecil Hotel or whatever.
Cecil Hotel.
Cecil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
haven't
Where
watched
it's
that.
like, I even asked my wife, I was like, hey, should we spend the night there one night? Just she's
Dude.
Like,
no.
fuck no.
Okay, Jeff. All right. Okay. I want to spend the night. Okay. Yes. I said the same thing. Cecil Hotel. And I want to go to the hotel from The Shining, the Overlook, I think, hotel.
Oh yeah,
It's in
out
Colorado,
in out
isn't
in
it?
Colorado.
Yeah.
I've been there.
The real.
I've driven by it.
Yeah. I want to do that. I want to do that.
I have a friend who is an author. I think his books have been in the New York bestseller. His name's oh shoot. Anyway, he spends a night in that hotel once a year in the haunted room for inspiration. He writes horror novels, so he spends a night in that hotel for inspiration to try to see ghosts and to try to get inspired or try to conjure the creative juices for his next project. Carter Wilson is his name.
What's it? Connor?
Carter.
Just like
Wilson.
if you've seen the movie, this Stephen King book, I read the book and I saw the movie, which I liked, was what's it, 1408 or something like that?
I know you love horror movies.
I love.
I don't. I can't stand. And I know they're fake. I know they're
Why not?
real.
What is it about them that fucks with you?
Dark.
Uh-huh.
Unknown.
Okay.
Like
Okay, Jeff.
shit.
Do you feel like do you believe in that sort of thing? Does it, yeah. I will say that I sort of believe that's
Here's
real.
a classic right there.
Ooh, dude, Manny,
Yeah, I have
I
watched
might
that
have
one.
said this, but back in 7th grade, I wrote a story, and my teacher said, 7th grade, he goes, hey, I like your story, but have you seen this movie called Army of Darkness? I kid you not. The story was about, maybe I can find it somewhere, about this guy, which was me, who lived in this house, and this mirror took you to a different dimension. So the different dimension had different doubles of you. So you had a little doppelganger. So
Yeah.
he told me, I had never seen the movie Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, nothing like that. But anyways, yeah, Jeff, what do you think? You don't like horror movies? Do you?
Nope.
Yeah,
So when we would go
yeah.
visit family in Milwaukee, houses in the Midwest are built with a ton of windows,
Mhm.
and I couldn't stand it. I can't stand it.
Did you
Like I
feel
have
like
to
you
draw
were being
drapes.
watched?
Yes, I've watched too many Hitchcock movies, like
Yeah.
Rear Window,
Yeah.
where you're looking through glass, and how many movies are the killers like looking through the window at night? Because
Mhm.
at night you can see in, but if you're inside, you can't see out. It's just how
what
the
about
light
this?
plays with your eyes.
Manny, Jeff, have
Just
you guys
scares
seen
me.
this movie called The Strangers?
Is that the one where they're like in some secluded cabin and they're weirdos with like
Yeah,
white
I
pale
saw
masks?
the preview. My kid wanted to see. I'm like, I'm good.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
out.
Which I could put. It could be something that can happen in real life. Like you're in a secluded area. There's no houses nearby, and then some people in masks just show up and they just want to attack you and they want to kill you and they want to, yeah,
They're
it's
just some
creepy.
hating ass bitches and they're just like, fuck this
Also,
girl.
that movie
Yeah.
Hush, where the lady's blind and the dude's outside with a mask.
Oh shoot! You know what? I don't think I know which one you're talking about. I don't think I've seen
Yeah.
it.
But Manny, based on your Army of Darkness, I am waiting to watch. So it's weird. Like horror movies, I don't handle, but zombie movies I can handle.
Okay.
I don't know why I can split that difference. But I am waiting for Army of the Dead to come out on Netflix. I think it's this weekend.
Friday. It already came out.
Friday.
Army
Zack
of the
Snyder.
Dead came out already on in theaters
Theater,
already,
right.
about a week ago. Yeah,
Is
like
that
Zack
that
Zack
Zack Snyder?
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
And-
I'm on the fence about it. Like I'm still kind of burnt on zombie shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So like it'll be a while before I get back to enjoying.
But it's weird because I can handle zombie movies. Like
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
there was a Korean one I just watched last year. I think it's called The Kingdom.
Oh
And
yeah, it's a series.
It's 2 seasons.
Two-
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's like Korean dynasties, like
Yeah.
like medieval Korean
Yeah,
ruling
swords
classes
and everything.
and zombies, and it's
Yeah, zombies.
fantastic. It's a
Yeah.
great one,
The whole
and it doesn't
yeah,
scare me. But I don't,
Kingdom
for some
is-
reason, like
That sounds wild.
dude.
like
King,
Amityville Horror, The Shining, always
Matt-
freak me
yeah.
out.
Manny would probably like Kingdom. Kingdom basically, I think remember, right, Jeff? There's a plant. There's a plant that if you like take it, then you turn into one of the Walking Dead. And
It's like
then
a
there's
purple,
a
it's like a
king.
purple blossom that you grind into a powder, and then
Exactly.
yeah,
There's
and
a
then you
king
turn into
that
a
I
dead.
think well, if he dies, the next in line is going to be the main character. Well, the king's wife, who's this younger woman, she doesn't want that to happen. She wants her son to be the the heir to the kingdom. But I don't want to spoil anything. She's not so nice. The king's wife. So the main character is the son of the king, and things happen. He wants to clear his name as well. So Kingdom is good. It's a
It's good.
Korean
It's good.
series, zombie series.
Hey,
Yeah,
Robbie, how was your birthday at the theater? Did you go watch Mortal Kombat?
I did. I thought it was Mortal Kombat was good.
It's okay.
I
I'll give
enjoyed it.
6 out of 10. I don't know.
Yeah, right. So my buddy asked me, he's like, hey, how did you like it compared to the first one? I was like, it was kind of what the first one did.
Expected.
It was,
Yeah.
it's serviceable, it's
Yeah.
fun, it's
Yes.
It's fun.
kind of campy.
Yeah, sure, exactly.
The effects were much better,
Yeah.
much better.
Yeah.
But it wasn't great. It wasn't
I don't know if you
horrible. It was
remember-
kind of like, it's okay.
I don't know if you remember Jeff, the main character from the first one. I don't know if it's not Liu Kang. Is that the
Kang.
bad guy or the good guy?
I think
good
his
guy.
name,
Good guy.
Robin Shou is his name, I
Yeah.
believe.
Okay, if you see the new movie, you see Liu Kang approaching, and you see like the shadowy figure. It looks like him, especially with the hair.
Yeah.
I thought it was him. I'm like, wait a minute, is it the same guy? But as soon as he walks in, it's a different guy. Which I
Are
like.
you saying all Asians look alike?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
foul, dude. So foul. Man, cancel.
But wait a minute.
Cancel.
That's the same guy. I'm canceled. Yeah. No, but through the smoke, I thought it was him. But then as soon as he walked through the smoke and it was him, but I liked him. I liked him, and I liked the guy with the hat. I forget his name.
Kung Lao?
Kung Lao.
Kung
Is it
Lao.
Kung Lao? Yeah, with
Dude.
he throws a hat.
Bro,
pretty good.
he honestly, his fight with that flying bitch stole the entire movie for me because
Yeah.
like that's how
Yeah.
kung fu movies will do that for you. Like they'll have fights like left and right, but there's
Yeah.
always one fight that just steals the entire fucking show.
Yeah.
For me, it was Kung Lao's,
Yeah.
hands down.
Do you guys have Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that movie, I really liked the guy Joe Taslim that played Sub-Zero,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I was like, okay, that guy, he's been in The Raid, Redemption.
Oh,
Bro,
great.
the Raid movies are fucking sick.
Oh, they're awesome. I bought them
Yeah.
part 1 and 2 on iTunes. I got them.
It's so good. But I said, I'm gonna watch his movies again. So I just watched one, or it's actually two. And if you guys have them, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but one's called The Night Comes for Us.
I've heard of that one.
Stupid, bloody, stupid, violent.
wanna say
I mean,
yes.
if you like kung fu martial arts fighting movies,
Mhm.
this is nothing but fighting, and it is so gory. Like even I went, dude, this is kind of gross, right?
All right.
And I normally don't kind of get flinched, but yeah.
When I come for, I feel like I've seen it, but I'll check it out. Yeah.
The Night Comes for Us and Headshot. Those are the two that I just watched.
Okay.
The Night Comes for Us is really bloody. I actually was reading like a review because I've been listening to a lot of the Film Vault, Cinephobe,
Yeah.
and Bill Simmons rewatchables. And so I kind of have like this movie theme going on. And
Mhm.
so when I watched The Night Comes for Us, I decided to read a write up on it, and it said, "Hey, this is like one of the few movies that actually got released with like an NC-17 rating.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
It
shit.
was so gory.
Did you say headshot?
There's like brains, like they literally like slashing people and busting heads open. And it's like blood everywhere. So
Okay.
bloody.
Yeah.
I don't mind blood,
Uh-huh.
but when there's so much blood, I went, wow. Like I was watching my living room, my TV faces my
Yeah.
street window, and I even thought like, dude, if
Uh-oh.
Maybe I
someone's
should
out
tone it
walking
down
the
for the
dog,
people walking by.
and they see my TV through my window, they'd be like, that guy's a freak. I'm gonna call the cop. Like that guy needs some serious help. He's
Yeah.
super violent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's par for the course with fucking kung fu movies. I was watching one a few weeks ago, Ricky O. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. It's from like
No.
the early 90s, mid 90s. It's about this dude that gets arrested because he avenges the death of the suicide of his girlfriend.
Mm.
And he just basically takes on like these 4 different gang bosses that are locked up inside. And the entire movie, like people are getting skinned, people's heads are getting chopped off at the middle, people are like stepping on like nails and shit. I mean, it happened. People are getting, dude, a person got crucified in this movie. Why the fuck do they have a giant fucking crucifix in a prison of all things? Anyway, that's my rant for Ricky O. I mean, kung fu movies like are just like ridiculous like that. I mean, I'm there for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I understand where Jeff's coming from, because sometimes like too much gore is just like, I've seen enough.
Well, and like I said, I watched a lot, but that
Dude.
that one in particular, I was like, dude,
Okay.
good
speaking
job.
of-
Because
First of all, I
mean-
love. I this past weekend I almost saw Raid part 1. I've seen them both, but I almost saw
Okay.
rewatched them. But speaking of gore, on iTunes right now, this is we're Wednesday the 19th of May. I bought all 8 movies of Saw for 8 movies for $15 on iTunes, and they're all
That's a
HD
bargain.
or 4. Yeah, 8 movies, $15. Anyways, and then when the movie Hostel came out, I was like, oh, I don't know, that movie's nasty, but I thought it was a good movie, even though it was kind of nasty, a little,
Very.
gory. Hostel was pretty good. Also,
I know Gina's brought it up. She calls it like gore porn.
Yeah.
Maybe Ball brought it up, and it's like, yes, it. I mean, I watched one of the
torture porn.
Saws. I think
Yeah.
I've watched one of the
Yeah.
Hostels. It gets a little. I can handle
Yeah.
stuff, but I get like a limit. I go.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Fair
there's sometimes it's like goes too far. Sometimes it's even gratuitous. You know how even me, this is how I feel. Like sometimes certain movies, rated R movies, I don't need to see heavy sexual stuff. Like, dude,
Right.
just allude to it. Like maybe do pan out to like a silhouette or something. I don't need to
I'm
see
there
it. Like
for
you don't
it.
have to catch me. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, I don't need it. I don't just some of the gratuitous, even violent stuff. I don't. If it's gratuitous, no. One of the things that does make me uncomfortable in movies is rape scenes. Like I'll be uncomfortable during the rape scene. And obviously, if it's a movie about a raped woman, then okay, fine. It happened, but I'd rather not see it,
Fine, it happened. I get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Way to empathize there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but another good fighting and kind of gory, not too bad though. Man from Nowhere.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Solid.
Man,
It's another Korean one. I've watched it at least 5 times, even with the subtitles. It's a great story.
Man from
Starts
Nowhere.
off kind of like, this is kind of weird, but then you get into it, you're like, oh, there's a hero path that you can see the main character taking, and you see what he's trying to do for these other characters. And then there's these bad guys, and there's the cops, and then there's really bad guys, and so there's kind of this really good network, and it's just a really good story. At the very end, you're like, dude, man,
Yeah.
it's a freaking kick-ass movie. What the hell?
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Man from Nowhere, good one.
All right.
For sure.
All right. I think I might have to head out.
Yep, dinner time for you guys.
I'm still at work. So
What? You got to go
Yeah.
check out the roof again with your set radio?
yeah, well, exactly. The sat radio, exactly. It's coming up. I have to do a sat radio test once a month. But the reason I do it at work is at home. I was the first guest of Endless Ranchers back in a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It was episode number 2, and if you hear the first episode, you can hear the police sirens, you can hear the dogs in the
Very
background.
lively neighborhood.
Exactly. So I'd rather just record at work. Just avoid any.
Dude, I should have waited for 3 more episodes. I could have went on episode 69.
Yeah.
Gotten some Bobo world love.
Oh, that's
Number,
awesome.
episode 69. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we could do a themed episode where I just talk about all my perverted exploits that happened over the last few years.
Oh, I know Manny has got a bunch of perverted stuff. I'm pretty sure.
That's just an idea. It doesn't have to be set in stone. So yeah.
Patreon episode.
Oh
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys.
All right, guys. That was fun.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks.
Pleasure
Talk to
meeting
you
you.
guys later.
All right, we gotta hang out one of these days soon. So I'll hit you.
Yeah, we'll do. I'll reach out to you. I'll hit you up when I hit the city
man.
again.
All
See ya.
right, see you, man.